Good morning and welcome to today's edition. This is Radio Biafra, Voice of the Coast. And I am your host. My name is Mazi Tari Nemi. You are welcome. You are welcome to today's program. And I will advise that you welcome somebody and ensure that not only you is listening to this program today. It's very important that you do so. And today we are going to be handling something very important and something very strategic. Something very strategic, okay, and it's very, very important that you share this broadcast so that others can also follow. Ensure you share this broadcast so that other people can follow suit and join you to hear the same message that you hear. We must continue. This is Radio Biafra, Voice of the Coast. Share, 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 share. So today we must pray. We must pray because it is our custom and our culture to pray, because this is Radio Biafra. On Radio Biafra is where we worship. We must pray. Samara Ayiba Wuyengina Nawe, the one who reigns upon the heavens and upon the earth, we worship you. For there is none like you. You are the one that made the stars. You are the one that made the sky. You are the one that made the seas and the oceans. Elohim, you made all things, living and non-living. You made the birds of the air, and you made the animals in the wild, and you made all men of all colors. There is no one like you. There is none as powerful as you are. Some seem to have lost touch with you. Some of your creations want to convince themselves that you do not exist, but we are not among them. We know that you exist because we exist. We know that you are alive because we are alive. We know also that you rule in the affairs of men, and when you say a thing is, that is how it must be, because you are God. Nanaway, the Lord of all. We thank you for our leader Mazi Kanu for what you have been doing in his life. We thank you because no matter the plans of the enemies, they will never succeed. They will never succeed. They will never be able to achieve their goal, no matter their plans. Our Father, we worship you. O Lord, all those that have separated themselves for evil on our land, all those that have chosen to make themselves to be slaves of the enemies, to cause terror upon our people, all those that have chosen to steal from the people and use the same monies being stolen from the people to oppress the people, to frustrate the people, to make life difficult for the people. Tamara, you are not asleep. And because you are not asleep, they shall get what they deserve in this world and in this generation. each and every one of them that has caused pain upon our people. They shall receive the same pain while they are alive. They shall not die and the pain for their children. They shall see it for themselves. And they shall know that indeed Tamara is the Lord of heaven. Father, we pray for all those that are still being deceived, for those that their eyes are blind, that their minds are blind, for those that cannot fathom the truths, for those that cannot take in the truths, but they are innocent. Lord, we pray that their hearts will be open to see the truth and to accept the truth for what it is. Give them wisdom to be able to decipher the truth and to be able to call a lie what it is. For even if a lie has remained in office for 1,000,000 years, when the truth shows up, a lie will be exposed for what it is. Thank you, Abba Father. Thank you, Elohim. In the name of Yahweh Yeshua, Samara, Ayiba, Aziba, Izibe, Ogene, Chukokike Abiyama, Ise, more power. This is Radio Biafra, Voice of the Coast. And I will advise that you welcome somebody and ensure that you share this message so that many more people will be educated with the truth that we preach here. This is Radio Biafra, Voice of the Coast, and my name is Mazi Tari Nemi. Our topic this morning says Confronting the British Empire. Confronting the British Empire. You know, when our leader started preaching this message of liberation, our leader Mazi Kanu did not shy away from talking to Britain. He told Britain what they are and what they're doing. He called them out for who they are. Our leader Mazi Kanu, even though he lived in Britain, even though he is a citizen of the United Kingdom, he never shied away from talking to Britain and calling them what they are and telling them the truth of the evil they commit on our land. But ever since Britain had decided to keep a blind eye, to pretend as if they do not know what is happening on our land, until BBC decided to show themselves and prove to the world that they have always known what is happening, but they had already taken sides with the oppressors. Nigeria, as we know it, is an oppressive state. Nigeria, as we know it, is the headquarters of corruption and anything that is corruption. Anything that is corrupt. Now, when I'm talking about Nigeria, I am not talking about the people trapped in that contraption. Because there are no people like Nigerians. Anybody that comes to tell you I am a Nigerian is a fool. There is no Nigeria, as in people. Nobody is a Nigerian. You can say, I live in Nigeria. To an extent, I will pardon that, because there is a place in today's world map which is drafted by Europeans. there's a place in West Africa in today's world map that is called Nigeria. There is a territory in West Africa called Nigeria. And if your nation or your community fall within that territory, you can be said to be one that is living in Nigeria. But to say that you are a Nigerian, you will be a fool. Because there is nobody that is a Nigerian for real. There are no Nigerians as there are British people or Englishmen or French or the Germans. The Germans have always been the Germans from time immemorial. English people have always been English people from time immemorial. The Scottish have always been the Scottish from time immemorial. The British Island have always been the British Island from time immemorial. But Nigeria was created by man. So there are no Nigerians as there are Ghanaians. Ghana have always been Ghana, even though when the oppressors came, when the colonialists came, they changed the name to what would suit them and called it Gold Coast and called it whatever name. But when the Ghanaians got back themselves, they had to change the name to their original name. Because their territory, they are not mixed up. Now, I am not saying that that Ghana is one tribe or one ethnic group. Ghana is not one ethnic group. Ghana as it is just like Biafra is. There are different ethnic groups in Ghana, but they are all Ghanaians. They have always been Ghanaians from time immemorial. Look at the world map, more than 1,000 years, for about 1,000 years and more, you see Ghana there. They have always been Ghana. World history, you will see Ghana in world history. Now, I'm not saying that every other African country is like that. For instance, there is nothing like South Africa. It doesn't exist. It's just a region. Even though most of the peoples there are more or less the same kind of people. But the name South Africa doesn't exist. They are supposed to change such a name and go by their originality, their original name. Because most of them are more like the same people. Their languages are not so far from each other. So, they have always been the kingdom of Ghana. But there was nothing like Nigeria. They have always been Biafra. Odua have always been there. In some maps, you will see Yoruba. In some ancient maps, you see Yoruba. In some ancient map, you see Oyo. But it's the same Odua. Benin have always been there. In ancient maps, you see Benin. The Hausa kingdoms have always been there. Hausa land have always been there. Look at ancient maps, you see Hausa land before the Fulani came and changed it to the Sultanate of Sokoto. They are all there. Look at ancient map, you see Biafra. Biafra has always been there. Even though in a little bit recent, you will see the Aro Confederacy, which is recorded as Umu Aro, the Aro Confederation. which was describing the kind of governmental system that we had in Biafra. Just like in Ghana, you will see in more recent maps. When I say recent, I mean like 200 to 500 years, you will see the kingdom of Ashanti kingdom, which didn't cover the whole of Ghana. Just like the Arab Confederacy did not cover the whole of Biafra. There will see some Biafran areas. Igbo. You know, when I say it didn't cover the whole of Biafra, some people will be thinking, yes, it is those people that do not speak Igbo. No, most of the people that speak other languages in Biafra land were in the Arab Confederation. So, what am I saying in essence? There are no Nigerians. Nigeria doesn't exist. And these British people imposed this Nigeria on us. And they want us to continue in this their imposition. But this is something that cannot work. It's not possible. We cannot continue in this their imposition. And because we are bold enough to come out and say, no, this thing cannot continue the way it is. Then they get offended. And they begin to manipulate, to kill. Now, I am not accusing directly that Britain or British people have come to Biafra land to kill people, but they have supported the killing of Biafrans indirectly by saying nothing and doing nothing. And when they attempted to do something, their interest was to divide Biafra land. Because that has always been their interest. Just the same thing they did to Ireland. Whereby, after the people of Ireland fought and fought and fought, they went bloody. They fought with Britain. And when Britain had no choice, they had to let the aggressive part go and keep the other parts that were calm to themselves. That's why today you have the Republic of Ireland and the Ireland nation in Britain or in the United Kingdom. It is the same strategy they wanted to do with Biafra, because they have already divided Biafra in what they call South, South, and Southeast. So when Britain came up with the idea of asylum for Biafrans, they put up the same map, just get it, in order to deceive the world, in order to deceive their fellow white people that might want to be asking questions, because they cannot put the map of Southeast. Because if they put a map of Southeast, there will be questions. People all over the world will ask questions. How come the map of Biafra today is different from the map of Biafra that Ojukwu fought with? Why is it so? So they left the map of Biafra that Ojukwu fought with, that is popular, that everybody knows. They left it untouched. And that map contains Bayelsa, contains River State, contains Akwa Ibom State. It also contains Cross River State. So they left it that way. They left the map. But in their description, they went further to say, this Biafra is the southeast of Nigeria. And they went to mention the 5 southeast states. What a high level of deception. Why? They want to do the same thing that they did to Ireland. You know, Britain must know that we are smart. We are very, very smart people. We are very, very smart people. We have studied all your tricks. All the things that you have done to our fathers and to other people all over the world, we have studied them. We know you. We know you very, very well. So, any trick you bring, we will expose it. That is why there is Radio Biafra. Our work is to expose your tricks. Our work is to expose your tricks. And you see, the news right now have it that the family of our leader, Mazi Tari Nemi, has sued the UK Foreign Secretary. Now, that's why I said that now we are confronting Britain. We are confronting Britain. The question is, why has the UK Foreign Secretary, Liz Truss, why has Liz Truss not acknowledged our leader Mazi Tari Nemi as a citizen of the UK? And why is Liz Truss doing nothing about the extraordinary rendition and the illegal detention of our leader Mazi Tari Nemi? In fact, it has been proven in the Nigerian courts that our leader is not guilty. So why is he still in detention? So why was he extraordinary renditioned? And why is the UK quiet? The family of our leader has done the needful. You see, these things are in step by step. First of all, the zoo, after extraordinarily renditioning our leader, took him to court. And we're battling with that one in the court. Then our leader's family took Kenya to court. And after battling with that, now we are in Britain. Britain will have to come and explain in their own courts why should the citizen of their country be extraordinarily renditioned to another country when he traveled from their country to that country, Kenya. Why are they quiet? Why are they doing nothing? And why are they allowing Nigeria to treat a British citizen in this manner? They will have to do what is necessary. It is the responsibility of Liz Truss to give an order to Nigeria to release her citizen. But rather, she's doing nothing. Why is she doing nothing? It is because the whole extraordinary rendition idea came from Britain. The whole idea came from Britain. That is why Britain is doing nothing. And instead of to do something, Britain had to make BBC to start trying to blackmail IPOB. BBC, you want to blackmail IPOB. You want the media warriors of IPOB to be quiet. But you are British Broadcasting Corporation. And Mazi Tari Nemi is a citizen of Britain. Are you not supposed to be doing a documentary about Mazi Kanu and how he was extraordinarily renditioned from Kenya to Nigeria? Is that not what you're supposed to be doing, BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation? Is that not your duty? Are you not supposed to be exposing Nigeria for the terrorist nation that they are? Am I even supposed to call them nation? Don't even know what to call them. Whether terrorist organization or what? Are you not? Is that not the duty of Britain? Is that not the duty of BBC? But instead, BBC chose to do the opposite. BBC chose to go after the victims. Mazi Kanu is our leader. If Mazi Kanu is being tortured, the whole of IPOB worldwide is being tortured. If Mazi Kanu is extraordinarily renditioned, the whole of IPOB worldwide is extraordinarily renditioned. So you must know that when you began to choose and pick IPOB media warriors to blackmail them, after all, you did not even ignore Mazi Kanu's broadcast. It means you know about him. So why are you doing nothing? And why are you saying nothing? Or is extraordinary rendition no longer a crime? Is it no longer an international crime? Is it now accepted because Mazi Kanu is a Biafran? Or is it now accepted because that crime is committed against a black man? Are there international laws for white men and international laws for black men and international laws for the brown men, for Asians? I thought this world is supposed to be one world. Okay, well, the same people that want us to believe that we are in the same world have already separated the world. They have the first world nations. They have the second world nations. And there are the third world nations. They claim that these nations are classified in this manner because of their development. But I disagree. From everything I'm seeing in this world right now, and from how black people are being treated, I disagree. That classification is not based on development. That classification is based on something different, not on development. Those in the first world of this world are different from those in the second world, and those in the second world are different from those in the first world. And there are laws for the first world nations, there are laws for the second world nations, and there are laws for the third world nations. But guess what? The third world nations must have to bear everything that the second world and the first world nations will do to them, whether it is right or it is wrong. Because the reality of life is that strength is might. I make bold to say that we may not have the strength of military, but we have the strength of media. If not for Radio Biafra and for the strength of our able media warriors worldwide, Biafra would have been a thing of the past. Nigeria military would have had all the power to come and kill our people at will and do whatever they want to do and get out of it. Some people wonder, why is it that people in the coastlines of Biafra in this generation, most people, many people in the coastlines of Biafra would rather stay away from struggle right now. They would rather stay away from struggle, or those that are or that were already in it. Some of them are there for money, just like the IYC and all of that claim to be in struggle. They are there to satisfy themselves and all that, and some of those that call themselves ex-militants and all of that, they are there for money. The sincere ones are afraid, and you begin to wonder. You see what is happening in Biafra land now, mostly in the hinterland of Biafra. All these things and more happened in the coast, but there was no Radio Biafra to broadcast it. The people were dying in silence, and fear gripped the people. The trauma that the people faced is something else, and there was nobody that could tell the story all over the world. The only stories that were being told were the ones that those that were strong, that had the means, were doing, and what Nigerian authorities were feeling. And instead of telling the story properly, they call them names like militants. Meanwhile, the agitators fighting for their lives. And at the end, almost all of them were bribed. And they got tired because the world pretended not to see what they were facing. Just as they are doing in the hinterland today, they have always been doing in the coastlines. When one or two people attacks the security, the police or the army, they will come in their numbers against the community that knew nothing about who did what to them. And they will kill people in the community. Kill people in their numbers in the community. Today, the people are afraid. Wants to say, oh, I need to stand for my rights. What is happening? We need to confront these people. They say, don't go there, please. We don't want trouble. Full of fear. But you know what? It is better for a man to die standing than to live on his knees. If you're not ready to either choose to make the options for you to be death or freedom, then you're not ready to face the kind of beasts that we are facing. You must choose. You must make a choice that whatever happens, irrespective of what happens, our land must be free. Irrespective of what happens. But what they do not know is that there are men all over that have made that decision. The more you keep Mazi Kanu, the more destroyed Nigeria will be. Because Mazi Kanu didn't send himself. Mazi Kanu is a man that was sent by God. He didn't send himself. If you study him very well, you know that he's a gentleman. He's not a troublesome man. He's a peaceful man. But the beast you see in him is the beast that God put inside of him, so that he will be able to destroy the beasts in the zoo and Britain. But the fact is, we will not stop. Liz Truss will have to answer and tell the world why she has been quiet. She will have to answer and tell the world why she had ignored Mazi Kanu. She will answer and tell the world if extraordinary rendition is no longer a crime. Let us know, so that when Biafra comes, we'll know if we can just go to Germany and pick a British citizen that is a white man and bring him to Nigeria and try him in our courts. We will know. We want to know if the UN is no longer the UN, or the laws in the UN are no longer potent, or the laws in the UN are not necessary. All because it has to do with a white man, a black man rather. All because Britain have an interest in Biafra land. And that interest, they don't want the interest to be discussed with Biafrans. They want that interest to be discussed only with the anointed fulani that they have anointed to keep us in bondage, because they know that anywhere fulani puts their hand must be destroyed. I didn't say that. Lugard said it. Lugard knew this of the Fulani, that anything that is beautiful, once Fulani gets there, it will be destroyed. Lugard described the Fulani as a people that bring menace to any society they find themselves. And Lugard had the guts to join Biafra land with this menace. What did we do to Britain to bring this curse upon us? I don't have any problem with the people in the Middle Belt. I don't have any problem with the Odua people. If we're just together, we will not be doing this, because we would have found a way long time ago to advance ourselves, to have peace within ourselves. We wouldn't be doing this. But because Fulani have an underlying interest that corresponds with the interests of Britain. Britain doesn't care how many people dies in Biafra land or even in Odua. And because the Odua people know that Britain will always want to have their way. Odua people they're quiet now. Maybe the kind of thing that maybe Tinubu will be president, or the vice president of the zoo will be president. So let them calm down. You know, our older brothers, sometimes they want to be very smart. Now, I'm not talking about everybody. There are many of them that are still hot. Where they are still hot. They still want Odua. But majority have gone to sleep. They have just calmed down. Why? because Sunday Igboho was kidnapped. Now everywhere in Odua land is just calm. No longer hearing news of their struggle. But you cannot have that in Biafra. It doesn't matter how many people you pay. It doesn't matter how many people you bribe. It doesn't matter how many people you buy over. There is a spirit in Biafra that is calling for freedom. And you know what? No matter what you do, that spirit will always and always raise men. If you think IPOB is not doing it well, then wait. Just wait. Because the spirit will always raise men. It's not about me. It's not about anybody. When all of you thought that by the time you hold Mazi Kanu, hey, this thing will be over. Alpha. By next month it will be 1 year. The struggle is still on and the struggle is still hot. Of course, you have raised many people, bribed many people in order to destroy IPOB, but it's not possible. It doesn't matter how much you penetrate IPOB. You cannot destroy IPOB. There is a spirit. IPOB is not built by man. How do you think a man will just be talking on radio from far away London and all over the world? Everybody will be possessed with the spirit of freedom. You think it's ordinary? You think it's by man's ability? Of course it's not. IPOB is the working of the spirit. IPOB is not man's making. Yes, Mazi Kanu was used by the spirit. IPOB is not the making of man. And that is why man cannot destroy it. Whatsoever is born of God overcomes the world. That's what is written in the New Testament of the Bible. IPOB is a child of the Spirit of God. And there is nothing anybody can do to stop IPOB. You can do whatever you want to do to distract some people. You can do whatever you want to do to buy over some people. You can do whatever you want to do to deceive some people. But all of us cannot be deceived at the same time. Not all of us are for sale. Not all of us can be bribed. Not all of us smile to unnecessary distractions. We are focused and we know what we want. And our focus is sovereign Biafra. When you get tired of running around the circle, you will grant us referendum. And if you refuse, we will take our land because the land is ours. We are not dependent on anybody in this world. Be you United Kingdom, be you United States, be you anything, we are not dependent on man. We are not dependent on the United Nations. If all of you put together refuse to grant us referendum, because the whole world is aware that we are calling for referendum, if you refuse to grant us referendum, we will take our freedom by ourselves, and there's nothing you will do. Nothing. Nothing will happen. We will take our freedom by ourselves. And anybody that tried to stop us, he alone is going to tell the story. Or others will help him to tell it. But the fact is that at the end of this, Biafra shall be restored. So I will advise those that are busy bribing that they keep their money to themselves. Those that have stolen money, keep your stolen money to yourself. Because if you bribe Chinedu, Chibuzo will rise. So at the end of the day, you have lost. You might, maybe after you were able to bribe Uzo, and Uzo have been able to deceive one or two people in a very short time. And one thing you must know is that the spirit is always ahead. At the time when you think, oh, this person is the right person to bribe, to deceive everybody, another person is being prepared by the spirit to take over. At the end of the day, the Uzo you bribe will become nobody. And the one that the spirits shall raise will be the one that will be listened to. The fact that the spirit is using your voice to talk and using your hand to work does not mean that you are the most important. Does not mean that you are too special. What it means that you are a faithful servant at that time. Because at the time you begin to feel yourself too much and begin to become a problem to the spirit to abandon you, and nobody will listen to you anymore. The spirit will abandon you and move on. The same spirit that called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the same spirit that has been scattered all over the world. And that is why the media warriors are a problem to Britain. How come these people, they are everywhere? What are we going to do to dampen their spirits? And I want to tell all our media warriors, you must continue what you're doing, and you must be very focused and be very careful. Because BBC attacking you is proof to you that what you're doing is potent, and what you're doing, they are feeling it. And that is why you should never stop. That is why you should never stop. Lastly, before I open the lines, for a while, I kind of reduce the way I attack INC, the Ijaw National Congress, because I was observing them and they thought I would forget. I said it earlier. I said, I am observing. When they came up and said, oh, we need Ijaw Republic. For how many months now, we're no longer hearing anything about Ijaw Republic except the case that is in court. And what did the lawyer said? Your lawyer cannot come up and say anything. Your lawyer cannot come up and say anything that is not what you have told him or her. The lawyer cannot come and just bring things from the sky. The same INC have met with the mask wearing Buhari, and they were all rejoicing. They were all rejoicing. And after that meeting, the mask wearer came and said that, oh, IPOB is a dot in a circle. Because they have assured him that no matter what, we're not going with Biafra. No matter what, you're not going with Biafra. So he came and said that Ipob is a dot in a circle. And afterwards, they met with the white evil woman that is placed in the zoo, Katrina Lang. Very evil. Everywhere she goes, problem. Death. They met with her and everybody is happy. And at the end of the day, the language is now changing. Instead of seeking for referendum for Ijaw nation, the language has changed to Biafra. I wonder how Biafra came in between the referendum for Ijaw nation. A very foolish lawyer. What are you talking about? What is your business with Biafra? I thought your business is Ijaw nation. So you want Ijaw nation. You want referendum for Ijaw nation. But you also want to close the doorway for Izon people to be able to have a proper discussion to establish the Confederate Republic of Biafra, just as our forefathers have always lived. You want to deny our people the opportunity because Katrina Lang told you so. Because Britain does not want Biafra as one. Britain wants us in pieces so that they will have no threats in Africa. Even though we are in pieces, we are better off with the zoo. But definitely we are better off as one. Definitely we are better off as one. But INC is not going to be speaking for the Izon people. It's going to be a referendum. The Izon people will have to make their decision. People that have chosen to listen to Katrina Lang are not the same people that will decide our fate. It's a good thing. Go and get go to the courts and get referendum for Izon people. It's fine. Very much okay. We can have referendum for Igbo, referendum for Ijaw, referendum for Abassination, which are the Calabar people, referendum for is it Ogoja or whatever. All the nations can have their referendum. Then afterwards, we come together and discuss our terms of unity. That's how it's supposed to be. We can have the referendum in that manner. So why trying to close the door? Because your masters wants you to. And because you have seen that there is no way Nigeria can work. There is no way Nigeria can work. Nigeria will never work. And our people's eyes have opened. We have opened our people's eyes to see that we have no business with Nigeria. It's not about who is president. It's not about who is president. So right now we shall be opening the lines. And you can call in and give your contribution to today's program. The lines to call, you can call us on WhatsApp. You can call us on Signal. You can call us on Skype. On Signal, the number is +45 71 64 59 62. +45 71 64 59 62. On WhatsApp, the number is +48 73 964 5829. +48 73 964 5829. Okay, let me take this call. Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, good morning and my Deceptive African Red. God bless you for what you're doing for us. I want to use this medium to thank you immensely for what you have done. I've taken my time to listen to you all this while since morning when you started. I've been listening. My name is Mazi Tari Nemi. I'm calling you from the Republic of Ghana. I wouldn't want to take much of your time, but there's something I want to add to what you just said. As regards this lawyers issue, the lawyer that walked out of the court and said that never will they be part of Biafra, whatever. It's God, it's the God of Biafra that did it that way. Because if you hadn't voiced it out, nobody's going to know about it. So we are choosing to play the role of his slave master. Let him continue. It's quite pathetic, Sha. With due respect to my African rep, with utmost due respect, it's quite pathetic that things are happening the way it's happening now. If it were just within if this restoration is just within the 5 states alone in the East, those people that have turned the stumbling block on top of this restoration, they will definitely pay an ultimate price, and this restoration would have been a thing of the past long ago. With due respect, my African rep, you see, most of our people from this area, from the coastal region, they are one of the major problems we are having now as regards this restoration project. We are talking a different thing, they are doing a different thing. And tomorrow they want to tell you that we are not consented. People didn't tell us now. Who told you that they didn't tell you? When Nnamdi Kanu was in town, I knew how many times he had meeting with a John Nation, with representatives of a John Nation. They had a discussion and they agreed. They agreed on everything. They discussed. Today we are doing a different thing. They are going to come to do a different thing altogether. What makes them feel that even if they go on their own, okay, then let me show you how stupid this lawyer can be. Before they filed this suit, he wasn't the person that filed this suit as regards the referendum issue. He heard about it and he decided to join. If not for God's intervention, that made him voice out what he voiced out, I believe that even you wouldn't have known the intention he has in mind. So what he's saying is what they have already sat down and discussed. Even Edwin Clark and so many of them, they are all part of that discussion. They are aware of what he said. It was an orchestrated plan. So in my own little view, I want to suggest, if it is possible, let them go and file their own referendum and go their way. Those people from the coastal region that belongs to IPOB, when we are by the special grace of heaven, before we are looking for comes to one night, we'll give them right of citizenship. The stupidity of our people is becoming alarming.
Yeah, Mazi, sorry, let me cut you. You see, the thing
no problem, sir.
Yeah, the thing is this. What you need to understand is that all these people are the same, whether they are in the hinterland or they are in the coast. Okay, the same.
We also have them in hinterland too.
The same. The people that this lawyer is working for INC, Ijaw National Congress. This Ijaw National Congress, they are not different from the likes of Ohaneze Ndigbo.
Ohaneze, they are not different from Ohaneze.
Exactly. So you must understand that these are the kind of people that will come up and say, we are just like the Ohaneze will say, we are speaking for the Igbo people. But along the line, what they are doing is different from what
they are speaking for their pockets.
Exactly.
They are speaking for their pockets.
Thank you. So
this was the same way. This was the same way. This INC, IYC, and so many of them, and most of the so-called Ijaw elders confuse the Niger Delta militants and other people that they should be part of the presidential amnesty offer. Be part of it. They became part of it. Now it has turned towards the German called Bubo. It's for their own personal stomach now.
Exactly.
There is no one to all the number of years of insurgency in the Niger region or the Niger Delta region per se. Let me phrase Niger Delta. There is no one single infrastructure. There is no one single infrastructure being built by any of these so-called warlords, other than the one Tompolo built in Akarabuko, the Maritime Institute that he built. The ones out there, the ones that we have within this region now, they are just being foolish. And it's quite pathetic that till now, they've not still come to their senses. Look at even somebody like Farah that in River State. That a governor caged and kept in a cage, caged him and kept in a cage like a puppy. This is somebody that when he speaks, people hear his voice both in Nigeria and out and overseas. People listen to them then. When they were formidable, people were listening to them. When they were agitating, people were listening to them. And when they speak, whatever they speak, people listens. Today, look at them. Yet some of them have not seen the referability today. There is no difference, like we said earlier on, there is no difference between INC and Ohaneze Ndigbo. This is the time, this is the right time that any prominent Ijaw son should come out and prove them wrong. INC is not speaking for Ijaw people. The same way Ohaneze Ndigbo is not speaking for the Igbos. They are not. They can't speak for the Igbos.
Exactly.
As regards the issue of Mazi Tari Nemi extraordinary rendition, his kidnap, that extraordinary rendition, I see it as a very big grammar about his kidnap. The British is aware. It was the Britain that gave Nigerian government the idea. You know why I said it's the Britain that gave Nigerian government? I am accusing them directly. Heaven will not fall. They will not do nothing. They won't do drop. They cannot do one single thing they can do. I am accusing them directly. They are part of it. Why I say they are part of it? Look at even this what's it called? Kite and chicken. If a kite flies down to pick any chicken on the ground, you see the mother rebelling, fighting, shouting. You see the mother fight definitely to defend that child so that the hawk will not carry it. How much more a full-fledged and blood human being, a British citizen, till now, next month is going to make it 1 year. The Britain kept quiet. It's only a fool that want to believe that Britain is not part of the plan. They are part of the plan. But what I want to assure them is this: a bigger doom is awaiting them. All my prayer every morning, afternoon, night is that Russia should hit Britain. And Russia, that will definitely must come to pass. Russia should hit Britain beyond recognition, because Elohim has his way of punishing people. These people are too wicked and demonic. Even the Catriona line that last time said that they're going to offer consular assistance, blah 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 blah. That's a very simple question that she couldn't answer. She was dangling all about. Have you made time to see Mazi Kanu in DSS detention center in Abuja? She couldn't answer that question. She could not answer the question at all. That is to show that they know what they are doing, but I pity them. I pity them. If the Fulanis can betray their own people, if they can betray Jonathan that built infrastructure and other things for them, if they can betray Shehu Shagari, if some of them can betray what is his name, if they can stand up to them and start talking bad of them, what is that his name? Usman Danfodia and so many of them. What makes you feel Britain that these people will not betray you one day? Watch one what to happen to Britain soon. They will hear it. People will hear it. People are very, very wicked. They are very wicked people, and they don't deserve mercy. So Mazi, may Elohim bless you and give you the strength and courage to continue with what you're doing. Keep on keeping on. We are all together. And I pray by the special grace of Elohim, let this next adjournment date for next month. I pray seriously that God should help Nigerian government to release Mazi Tari Nemi. Because if they feel what is coming to them, is worse than a black mass, is worse than a masquerade.
I say thank you.
What is
thank
coming
you.
to them
thank you very much.
Spiritually, physically, and economically.
Thank you very much.
It's very bad.
Let us leave this space for other people to be able to call in.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. May God give you the grace, sir. Thank you, sir.
Let's say. The lines are open. I'm sorry. Our last caller took a little of our time, but we must continue. I think he had a lot to say, but I will advise that we try to keep to time. 3 minutes is enough to pass the message. Pass the message straight and direct, and we move on. Okay, the lines are open, and you can call. You can call. The lines are open. The lines are open, and you can call. So you can call us on WhatsApp. I have already given the lines on WhatsApp. Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra, Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you calling from?
All heard Biafra.
Biafra, we hail thee.
All heard Biafra.
Biafra, we hail thee.
My name is Mazi Tari. I'm calling from France. This morning, I heard what you said from beginning to the end. My contribution is, number one, whenever someone allows the foreigners to write their history, they always have a problem. That's the first one. Second, whenever we are in sojourn, we are in scavenging in foreign land now. We born our children here, and tomorrow Biafra come to pass. Then our children will come back, becoming grown-up men and women. They don't know our culture. Then we're trying to position them. We're trying to positioning them in some of the administrative offices when they did not know our culture and the way how we reason. It's going to affect us so deeply, except if we start to do something, because those children are the people the enemy are going to use to manipulate against their struggle when we have already get what we have. Then what I'm trying to say, I'm trying to tell the DOS and the leadership to plan something ahead for our children born here in every foreign land. When the time reach, that we are going to put them in another new school to teach them their course, our system and our tradition. If it takes 10 years or 20 years before they can participate in anything or any administrative something in our land, it will help us a lot. Because if we make mistake by trying to put them because of the red something in the overseas and trying to put them some position, it's going to cause a really havoc and damages in our land. Then lastly, I want to say, issue about the lawyer. My brother has handled that one very well. I want to talk about the issue about the confronting the empire. We understand that the British government is a Babylon empire on earth. People talk about Babylon. They don't know that the Babylon is. And if you take all the whole kingdoms that make up the 21 kingdoms that rule the whole world, all of them, they are involved. Both their children and their daughters, they are involved. That's why they don't want those kingdoms to be destroyed or their legacy to be destroyed. That's why they're trying to keep all those kingdoms to exist. If you go to Spain, if their children, they are there. Go to Holland, if their children, they are there. Go to any part of Europe and other one. Then I want to say something concerning when you're talking about our leader, that they kidnapped him and they think that the UN did not exist again. ICC did not exist again. And other departments that handle about criminal commitment. See, check in the history of European Shanghai and also America. Both their leaders have committed human crime. None of them have been arrested and kept in the hedge or any criminal record. They always leave them until they will live and enjoy their life until they will die. The people you see there is all these Eastern European people that is not under the Shanghai Europeans and also African leaders. That's why I'm asking. We are going to change all this record and all the curriculum that have set in the Berlin. We are going to change everything. Biafra, we know that the world know that the Biafra is the light. And we are going to change every system and every strategy that have made this world become injustice. All hail Biafra. Bye-bye.
Biafra will hail thee. Thank you very much. That was a beautiful contribution. We must continue, we must proceed, we must make progress. Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you calling from?
Thank you very much, my dear brother Tari Nemi. Good afternoon to you from here. Am I coming out to a Mazi?
Yes, you are loud and clear. The world is listening to you.
Mazi. My name is Desmond and I'm calling you from Italy, Mazi. Quickly, let me first of all give these two very important announcements from IPOB National Body of Italy. The first one is the support for ESN. We urge all Biafrans all over the world in diaspora to continue to support ESN, as it is very, very important in this critical stage of our struggle. And for Biafrans in Italy, we have these two numbers from IPOB National Body of Italy, and it is signed by the IPOB National Coordinator. It is for Biafrans in Italy, friends of Biafrans to call, and they will be directed on how to support ESN, because the land of Biafra must be defended by all means and at all costs. So the first number is +39 35100 46055. I'll repeat, +39 35100 46055. This is IPOB National Coordinator number in Italy. And the second number is +39 371 3044902. I'll repeat, +39 371 3044902. This is IPOB National PR member in Italy. Any of them you call, you will be directed on how to support ESN, Eastern Security Network. And Biafrans should also know that as you are supporting ESN, you should do so through the means approved by HODDOS. It is very, very important. And then secondly is May 30th, which is coming up on Monday. It's just a few days from today. We are urging Biafrans in Italy to join us in Padova. The venue in Padova will be Piccole Teatro, and the address for Piccole Teatro is via Soludo here in Padova. We want Biafrans in Italy to invite their friends. If you are in the position to invite the Sintaku of your region or your city, please do so and join us. The time will be 10 a.m. We'll be rounding up by 3:30 p.m. If you are coming from anywhere, if you are coming through the bus station, if you go to Padova bus station, it is trackable 5 minutes walk away from the bus station of Padova. You ask for Piccole Teatro and you will be directed. And then if you are coming from the train station, you are going to take bus 22 to Piccole Teatro. But anyway, we are going to have men on ground in these two stations to direct our people that will be coming from different locations and different areas here in Padova. And we should bear in mind, please, the Biafrans who will be coming should know that security measures will always apply, because security is our priority in whatever thing we are doing. Mazi Tari Nemi, your topic today is very good. You see, British has done a lot of damage to our people, and this time around, and that is why we are calling them. You know, that is why we are calling them, and we must continue to call them until the last date, which is on the 3rd of June. We must continue to tell BBC of their atrocities, and also to tell them the atrocities of Katina land in our land, and the way she is causing massacre and genocide in our land. But then for some of our people who have not wake up, let me make that when they say referendum, is any normal thinking human being will understand that people who are talking are reasonable and sensible. You know, so that was why we say referendum. We did not say we are coming to take it, because the truth of the matter is that both Costa Britain cannot give any of their land. Even the Scotland that is with them that even want to go out, they don't want to leave them to go out. We are the same people. We and our brothers in the coastal region, we are the same. We are all from the same roots. We are all from the same father. Britain, the people in England, the England people and the Scotland people are not from the same parentage, they are not from the same roots. They just come together. And even the British doesn't want them, they want to go on their own. British has refused them to go, despite they are not the same people. So why should somebody now come to tell me that I should now be in a different place with my brother because of, they say he's coastal? What is coastal region say? Is that he get where they know the phone? He get where they know the phone? He get where water know the log? He get where water know the log? Water the log everywhere. What is coastal region? In Biafra land there is oil everywhere. In my state, I'm from Abia. There is in my backyard there is oil. Oil pipe pass my backyard. So what is all these things they say coastal region? Is it because we just want to put things the way, because we just want to respect nature and all those things? What kind of rubbish is that? And somebody will come out and he say he doesn't want. He should go to North now. Do we force him to stay? I think the case is in Abuja jail. He should stay there in Abuja now. Did you go and force him to come back to Bayelsa or to Ejo or to this thing? INC or whatever thing they call themselves. They should go. How many are they? How many are they? How many are they in Ahwanese? So they should go and stay in the North. Are you with me? Am I coming out clear, Mazi?
Yes, you're coming out clear. I'm with you. I'm listening.
So they should go and stay in the North. We will not force them to come back home. After all, we have been calling our people in the North to come back home for a very long time. They refuse to come back home. Maybe those of them that their goods were destroyed in Sokoto, in Abuja, in those children that were born in Kanu now. Maybe if they had listened and come back when we got, maybe they would have still be alive today, or maybe that their goods would have still been functioning today. So let the lawyer kill him there. Let him go and stay in Abuja and stay there forever. What they do to Rochas Okracha, they'll do it to him one day.
Of course.
Useless people everywhere. How long are we going to use to intimate our people and make our people have intelligence? This thing is so annoying, Mazi. What do you want to see again? What do they want to tell you in decent? If all this thing when they happen, everything that is going on, if it's not okay for somebody to be reasonable, all this fulani killing, what they are doing to even some of them that betrayed us, that kill our people because of presidency, what they are doing to them now. If everything, somebody say who says a lawyer, do you see why they say school is not, common sense is not that you go to school? Do you see why we say graduates in Nigeria? Somebody will not say they are graduates in Nigeria. Somebody who call himself a lawyer will come out and talk nonsense. Are you with me? In this era, in this century, upon the suffering that we are suffering on it, and they want us to take it. Look, no land of Biafra will be left for anybody. Coastal region, Iguacha, Ejo, Bayelsa, they are all Biafra land. The person that gave Biafra, that reminded Ojukwu that the name is Biafra, is Frank Opigo. He's from Ejo. Are you with me? What is Achuzie is from Anioma. Are you with me? So we are not going, Philip Effion is from Akwa. We are not going to beat any part of Biafra land. We are not talking about the people can go and stay where they want to stay. The land is our own. It is Biafra land. So it is going to be a confederation. Ijo on your own nation. Everybody on your own nation. Are you with me? Nobody is coming to encroach in other people's nation. But that land will be a Biafra land because it is a Biafra land. That is how God made it. That is how it's going to be. Nobody is going to change it. If anybody is not okay, let him go to what is it called now? To Abuja and stay. To cut his head and fry it there. In their revenue, man people everywhere. Mazi, thank you very much, and God bless you from there.
Thank you. God bless you. We must proceed. Hello, good morning, and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you calling from?
Good morning. My name is Chukwubuka. I'm calling you from Cyprus.
Okay, right on. I can hear you loud and clear. Right on. The world is listening.
This is my first time of reaching Radio Biafra. Since I've been following Radio Biafra, it's very difficult for me to hear, but I love to hear Radio Biafra so much. But I'm really glad that I'm able to reach Radio Biafra on the telephone today.
You see?
My brother, what has been happening in the Zoological Republic is very appalling, and I don't even know where to start from. But all I have to say to Biafrans around the world is, if we fail this time to get Biafra, I'm not sure we can get it again, because our leader has done everything possible, everything necessary for us to do to get Biafra. Our leader has done this for us. The ball is now in our court. And for those that are tagging us terrorists, although I'm not a registered member of IPOB, but I believe that every Biafran is an Ipob member. For those that are tagging us terrorists, those that are castigating us, trying to blackmail us, they are only making us more famous. And by the time they get to the extreme, that thing they are doing will give us Biafra, and they will be surprised that they helped us to get what we want. Thank you, my brother. I'm so appreciative of this opportunity to speak to the world and air my view. I so much appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. God bless you. We must proceed. And okay, it seems we have a call at Skype rather, since there's a caller on Skype, or whether the network is not allowing him to complete the call. So we must proceed, and I can see somebody giving a report that Olu Osu Ihetukwa is in a bad shape now. The Zoo Army and Ibuagu are still killing our people. You see, this is what we keep talking about. Instead of them to go after the people committing the crimes, they will be taking the opportunity. All the reason they say, oh, this one was killed there, this one was killed there. DSS people killing people. At the end of the day, they take the opportunity to attack our own people. That's what they do. They take the opportunity to attack our own people and kill them. The same thing is happening at Anambra, around Agbata side. Hello, good morning, and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, Mazi Tari Nemi. Good day, sir.
Right on. Your name and where you calling from? We can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah, my name is Igman. We are gods. Calling from Switzerland. Mazi Tari Nemi. You know, the problem of we saying that we are divided and we are divided by each of our families. They said if a tree does not make a good fruit, the tree need to be withered out. We cannot let those we look onto, we call our father, our leaders, to be causing problem within we the young youths. Time have come to wither the trees that doesn't bear good fruits. Because if the rat in the bush doesn't know what is inside the house, is the rat inside the house you bring it in to get the whole thing get spoiled. If the elders doesn't want to help us, then it's time for us to help the elders. That's the way I will put it. Because all these divide and rules, you cannot go to Abuja or go to somewhere and because of getting money, you have to destroy the family, the youth and the old women back home who doesn't have the ability to go to Abuja because of their own selfish interest. Master, if we, the youth, doesn't stand up, nothing can change. Apart from being IPOB member, most of us have known the truth The only possibility we have now is to look after how we can handle our elders back home. Because if we don't wither the trees back home, who doesn't bear good fruit, we are not going anywhere. That is why I put it. Master Nemi, may God be with you and all happy members, especially our leader.
You see. Thank you very much. We must proceed. It seems we have some callers, some that has been trying to call on WhatsApp, and our caller on Skype is still struggling to make that happen. So our people should be careful. If you are living around Agwata area, you have to be careful how you move, because Agwata is in Anambra State. You have to be careful how you move because there is military all over the area. All over the area right now there are military, and you know how this zoo military behave. They go after innocent people. So you have to be careful how you move. Be very, very careful so that you will not be a victim. Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you calling from?
Yes, this is Emeka. I'm calling from Holland.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm listening to your program this morning. It's a very nice topic you are talking about. Yeah, I'm happy and I want to thank you for that. I just want to contribute something, chip in something. Maybe the second to the last caller that called about the coastal region being a Biafra, or what they call it, the rivers or other place. The fact is that for me, there's an adage in my language that said, if somebody accepts you as he is, you accept him also back. That's how it goes. So for me, the way I see it, if they say that they are not Biafra, for me it's not a bad thing. But can they focus on one thing? Because they don't have any target. They don't have anything in mind. It's just that they want to destroy other people's agitation and, what other people believe in. Should I
cut you, Mazi? You will continue.
No.
Sorry.
Okay.
You will continue. If you say other people, you will be wrong, because it is the same people. These people that are doing this thing, they are not the people. They are not speaking the minds of the people. Okay? Yeah, they are not speaking the minds of the people. They are not different from Ohanese, like I said earlier. They are not different from Ohanese. They do this, they try to do this so that in order to give the world a different impression. If these same set of Ohanese people were from, let me say, Ibibio, they would have been there saying, oh, Ibibio is not Biafra. Can't you see what Dave Umahi is trying to do? Dave Umahi tried it. He tried to say that Ebonyi State is not Biafra. Ebonyi State is not Igbo land. But you understand? So they are just one and the same people. Continue.
Why I'm saying this? Because tomorrow they are Niger Delta. They are fighting for Niger Delta. Next tomorrow they are fighting for a John nation. Just like the last week when I watched their court case, they went to Abuja. Other tribes were there. Igbo nation was there. Yoruba nation was there. Even from people from Calabar, people from Ijoan. But they were talking fiat about nationality. They have not come to maybe what they agreed on. You see a lawyer from that they can't be a Biafra. Nobody asked you to be a Biafra. You are just there to represent a John nation. You see? Sometimes I wonder how some people think. For me, if just like I said, if somebody accept me as his brother, I accept him back. If you deny me as your brother, I deny you back. That's how life goes. But let them have some target. If they want to be Ijo, let them be Ijo. If they want to be Niger Delta, let them be Niger Delta. Not tomorrow Ijo, tomorrow Niger Delta. Nobody is forcing you about Biafra. Biafra, Mazi Kanu have already said it is open for everybody. If you want to belong, you belong. If you don't want to belong. But we, as we are now, we have already decided to leave Nigeria. They should accept that. No, they're not to be poisoning our mind or telling us what they believe or what they don't believe. It's about referendum. Other people, if they want to join, they join. If they don't want to join, they join. They leave. So that's what I want to contribute. Thank you for your good work.
Okay, that's nice. Before you leave, I wanted to still be here when I'm giving this explanation. Now, you know, these people, just as I said, they're not different from Ohanese, and there is something the whole world needs to understand, and all of our people need to understand why that man will go there and make such a statement. You know, because they are not speaking the minds of the people, and they have started seeing that the ordinary people their eyes have opened. Okay, the people on the ground wants Biafra. That is, and because they are working for Katrina Lang, they are working for our enemies. That is why you see them coming up to make such a statement. So something that nobody have mentioned Biafra, they came there to mention Biafra. It is because the thing is worrying them. It is because they have seen that even what they are doing, the calling for Ijo nation, is still subject to the Biafra question. You understand? So it is obvious. It is obvious that they try to call for the Ijo nation, thinking that it is going to obstruct what we are doing. But at the end of the day, we still accepted what they are doing and say, yes, go ahead with what you're doing. So at the end of the day, it is as if they have now discovered that they are still on the same line with what we are doing. So, and the people are backing them because the people believe that this thing is the same thing that those that are calling for Biafra are doing. But because they are working for the enemies and they want to create confusion, that is why such a lawyer will come up to make such statements. Thank you very much for your contribution.
Thank you for what your explanation. Thank you.
God bless you. We must proceed. We must continue. Sorry for those that are trying to call and we are not able to take your calls. The lines are still open, and if you still try to call, we will take it. Let me see if I can call this person back. He has been calling for God knows when. He has been trying to call. Let me see if I can call him back before another person comes in. Hello, good morning and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you calling from?
Good morning, Mazi Tari. My name is Mazi Amechi Jumogu. I'm calling from my location.
Okay.
Yeah, let me just chip in. First of all, thank you for your great work you are doing. I am a lover of your program, particularly because it really gets on with my lifestyle when I am quite free. So I listen to it very much. And you are really hitting on the point. Basically, what I want to chip in there is, first, we need to understand that whether they call themselves LNC, Lower Niger Congress, or Pandef, or Hanese Ndoshi, or Igwe, or Chief, whatever you call them. These are all segmentations that Britain orchestrated to break and to weaken Biafra nation. We need to understand that. There's no other way around it. They tried with Bullet in 1967 to 1970, and God said, no, you're not going to. And now they are coming with their masterpiece plan, which is divide and rule, like they did in Ireland and then get Northern Ireland. We've learned from other people's mistakes.
Exactly.
Now, with all those fragmentation that Britain have created using these fulani demons and bloodsuckers to creating Biafra land, they end up not having that synergy to do what they wanted to achieve. Biafra has come. IPOB is there, led by our leader Mazi Nnamdi of Kanu, and there is no way around it. They go around, and now this point you raised up about those people who were going for court to ask for referendum for a Joe nation and whether Ugoja or whatever. That's fine in the beginning, but it doesn't still hold water, because this is all in Biafra. You cannot just go further. You will not carry the people. The people don't listen. And it's Biafra. Now they end up in Biafra talking about a referendum for Biafra. Oh, well and good, because that's what we are asking, referendum. And when that is approved, obviously, we know that the backing is there. So, again, Britain is behind every suffering, challenges, pain, and the abduction of our leader. Because when you look at the history, it's already talking about itself. 2009, I think, if I'm not mistaken, in May, we have this lady called Samantha Oroboto, who was caught in Southeast Asia with drugs. And you see how British government intervened, whether she was pregnant by whatever means known to the British government. And they released her and got her extradited back to England. And we have this other lady called Nazanin and Zachary Ratcliffe, who was imprisoned in jailed in Iran for espionage. We saw how British government intervened in her situation for the whole time between 2016 to 2022 when she was released. But when it comes to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is also a British citizen, see the quietness. It tells you all that his abduction in Kenya is British handiwork. Nowhere about it, nothing about it. And I'm very, very grateful to Elohim Almighty, because these things is going to nail Britain on the coffin where they will not come out again anymore. I tell you the truth, they will be nailed, because we, as you rightly said earlier in your program, that we IPOB went to Kenya to court, and then we sort that out, and now the family of our leader is suing this lady, foreign secretary, in to court. That is another masterpiece where we will see our win and win-win again for IPOB. So all here, Biafran brother, thank you for your work. You know what? We are doing excellently well. Keep it up. God bless you.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. God bless you too. We must proceed. We must continue. We must continue with this work of exposing evil and spelling out the truth as it is. Our mission is to ensure that the truth is spoken irrespective of who is involved, irrespective of how powerful that person is or those people are. We must ensure that this truth gets to every nook and cranny. The lines are still open and we are still taking calls. You can call us on Skype at radio-biafra VOC. You can call us on Skype. You can call us on WhatsApp. You can call us on Signal. The numbers have been given. If you have not taken it, try to ensure that you get it from somebody. Hello, good morning, and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you're calling from.
Okay, let me off. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. The world is listening to you. Your name and where you're calling from.
Thank you, Regional Tari. My name is Azubike. I'm calling from my location. Tari, thank you very much for your analysis this morning. This is very, 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 you see, when especially this particular morning. Let me just be specific. This morning analysis you made, you might think that you are the one who spoke, but I, as a person, saw the Spirit of God speaking through you. You spoke from the Spirit, from the spiritual realm. All you spoke this morning, if they tell you to repeat it again, you might not be able to get it exactly, to confirm that that was from the Spirit. So, as you have spoken it, so it is. I want to let you know that whether Britain like it or not, whether the world like it or not, Biafra must come, as we have been saying it, as our leader have been saying it. Biafra must come. Biafra must come. Biafra must come. I want to let you know that 2023, there will be a great revival. Men and women and youth that you think that they are not interested in Biafra will troop in for this agitation next year. Write it down and record what I am speaking this afternoon from my location. Next year, 2023, will be a serious revival. People that believe, people that don't believe, people that are arguing, you will see it with your two naked eyes, and you remember this broadcast you made today. And I also want to let you know, Britain and the world powers that matters, take it and record it. 2024, the Almighty Jehovah, who created the whole universe and who made this land of Biafra, will force all of them. Pressure will be too much. Record what you are hearing today. Pressure will be too much. 2024 on the so-called world leaders, even the Britain inclusive. The pressure will be too much, and the freedom we are talking about will now be their own problem. It will be handed over to us. We are not going to kill ourselves for it. They will do it, and the Biafra will come. Biafra must come. Biafra must come. Tell our leader, when he's released, tell him to keep that attire that he has been using to go to court. He should keep it safe somewhere. For you picking my call, I will call you again when he's out. I will call you privately and I will tell you what he will use that attire he has been using to court. That thing is spiritual. Nobody should bother. Nobody should be worried. Why one uniform? Forget it. I'll call you privately and you deliver this message to the whole world. That attire that you have been using, that people are laughing and mocking, that attire is very significant, very, very significant. And I want to make it clear that the same attire that he has been using to go to court is the attire he will use to raise the flag of Biafra. Record it and keep it. That particular attire that the whole world is worried. People that are not in the spirit. One uniform. That is why I said he should keep it, iron it and keep it safe. That is what he will use. It is after raising the Biafra, he will go in and change and now put on the attire he will like, and that will be traditional attire. But that uniform, I call it uniform, every day to court, that, let him keep it. That is how it will be. Far back February, I have been telling people close to me, I say, I am hearing June. By the time they forwarded the case to me, I said, no, it is June. I had June. Surprisingly, on the 25th, on the same radio Biafra, I had from Deputy Speaker, Deputy DOS, that the case had been shifted to June. I called a few persons. I said, I cannot imagine what is happening in the spiritual realm. These things have moved to June. Let us see what will happen in June. But keep it. All the radio warriors, please, you people should continue with what you are doing. Continue. You are doing a great work. Continue. All that believe in this struggle, please, none of you, members of DOS or the regional coordinator, don't relent your effort. Don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged at all, because this Biafra must come so that you don't regret tomorrow. Why did I leave my position of work? Why did I leave it? It must come. It must come. When it will come, I know it as I speak, but I will not release it. It will come. It must come. It must come. So this is a great day. I thank God for today, for releasing all this. For releasing all this. Everybody should stay very, very strong in this agitation. It must come. It must come. It must come when it will come. So you see that Catherine Alliance, you see that woman, go and write it down, whether she like it or not. Let her remove her hand from evil. If not, God Almighty will hit her. I stop there. Our lawyers, they should go ahead. They are doing good job, and God will bless all of us as we enter into Biafra within a very short period of time. God bless you, Tari.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you very much. That was a very nice one. So thank God for that. Okay, there is one of our brother that have he has something to announce. He has an announcement to make. After that announcement, then maybe we can take one or two calls before our time is up for the day. I hope he has not left his phone behind.
Hello, Mazi Tari.
Yeah.
Mazi Tari, I will come back because something came up. I'll call back. Something came up. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, we must proceed. Then I will have to take the calls that are coming up. Hello, good morning, and welcome to Radio Biafra Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you're calling from?
Yeah, Mazi, good morning. Thank you.
Yeah, good morning.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, right on.
Okay, Mazi. Yeah, Mazi, my name is Paul, calling from Gabon. Your analysis this morning was a fantastic one. What I have to tell all Biafrans around the world is that our leader said that what we need is referendum. Referendum is what we need. When the referendum comes, people can decide where to go or not. Because somebody calling himself lawyer going to Abuja telling you that they are not part of Biafra, they are fighting for a John nation. I want to tell the people, I want to tell the Biafrans is that what we are asking for is a referendum for now. When the referendum comes, they will know who is Biafran and who is not Biafra. Because all those people are saying this, they are working for Fulanis, they are working for Katrina Lang, as you said. And we are demanding for referendum. Because somebody cannot come out and say we are fighting for a generation. Who are you to say so? The people need people. You cannot. A single man cannot determine for all the whole Biafrans. So that is why our leader is asking for a referendum, and that referendum, we must get that referendum. We must get it. We must grab that referendum and show the world that we are the Biafrans. And I'm calling all Biafrans around the world that Monday is around the corner. Monday is 30th May, and all Biafrans around the world, all IPOB around the world, must stand firm to make sure that we show the world that 30th May is our day, and we must support that 30th May is the Heroes' Day. Those who
who died during the war and continue dying. We must respect them, we must give them that respect for on Monday. So I'm calling all Biafrans, especially IPOB here in Gabon, must come to promote Gabon on Monday. That is where we are going to celebrate that 30th May. So all Biafrans, all IPOB around the world, all IPOB in Gabon here must come down to promote Gabon on Monday. So that day is a big day. And I want to tell the Zoo Republic to release our leader, Mazi Tari Nemi. You can see that they are holding our leader, but the Zoo is continue burning. Zoo is continue burning. Our leader said that they must give us Biafra. Otherwise, Somalia will be a paradise to the Zoo. And that's what is happening. So it's the devil alternative. Anywhere you choose, you lose. They must give us Biafra. They must allow us to go. That is the remedy. If they don't give us Biafra, or they refuse to give holding our leader, they are going to diminish forever. Diminish. Even Britain too. Britain are going to have their own turn, because their own turn is coming. Because what they are doing in Africa, what they are doing in the world, Britain, what they are doing in the world is unacceptable, and God will punish them for that. So that is why, my brother, the job you are doing for us is a fantastic job. So I'm calling all Biafrans to stand firm and listen to the leadership, listen to the leadership of IPOB. So they are the one who are piloting this affair, and you can see that the zoo is diminishing. So Mazi, thank you for the opportunity you give to me. All I can say this afternoon is that Biafra is here. All Biafra must stand firm. We must get that Biafra. No going back about it. We must remain resolute and stand firm for what we are looking for. Thank you, Mazi. I bless you and bless your family. And bless all Biafrans around the world.
You see? Thank you very much. God bless you. We must proceed. We must continue. And I have to let our people at Anambra to know, those that are living around that Agwata side, you must be very careful, like I said earlier, because the zoo, police, DSS, and the army, they are all camped around the Agwata secretariat, and they are about 500 or more in number. They are many. So you have to be very, very careful how you move this period if you are living around that side. And I will advise, if you can even shift base from that side, it will be better for your own safety, because these people do not understand terms of engagement. They usually go after innocent people and kill our people for no reason. And BBC would defend them. Hello, good morning, and welcome to Radio Biafra, Voice of the Coast. Your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, our Professor Mazi Tari Nemi, Africa Rep, our brother. Thank you for taking my call. How are you, brother?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
Okay, you're speaking to a brother who's the scavenger. I'm calling from Africa Sud. Africa Sud is South Africa. I greet my leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a prisoner of conscience. I greet Biafrans, I greet IPOB members. Mazi, I want to ask you, my brother, you know, some of our brothers to say our leader have been in DSS dungeon for getting to a year now. Is it not 2 years? Isn't it 2 years? Because we can even make it 3 years, because this is jail term. Because where he is even more dangerous than jail. Is it not 2 years we should be talking about?
Okay, 3 years.
Because to me, actually for them, I'm thinking it's 2 years. Because exactly it's jail term, and he have been there. A day is 2 days. So it's not 1 year. We are now talking of 2 years.
Yes.
That our leader has been there. And looking at the situation there, that is that junction, it's even more than 3 years. You suffer triple, suffer there. So that is what we should let our people to know, that is 2 years, not even 1 year.
It's 2 years that our leader have been there suffering. And what I wanted to tell our brothers, the Ijo Nation, the Izom, the Ogoni, and all Biafrans from river and all those coastline, that you must know that what happened, there is one thing that our leader Mazi Nnamdi saw in spiritual realm, in spiritual world. That is why he's fighting for all Biafran. He's not talking of whether, even if somebody now is in anywhere where he is and he's a Biafran, our leader Mazi Nnamdi is fighting for the person, because he have seen in a spiritual realm that there is something dangerous if we leave any part of our Biafra people and go and say that we are five states or all those things. You can see what happened to Ukraine and in Russia. You must know that Russia went to Ukraine because part of some Russians are there inside that Ukraine and they have been suffering, they have been persecuted. And our leader Mazi Nnamdi have seen this in spiritual realm. Even some of our Biafrans or some of our Islam and all those areas that are it's just few minority. You must know that these people are few minority. Don't mind about this few minority. They must first of all grant that referendum first. Then we will dismiss them with the information. Our leader will even be there. We will campaign and tell them. Because double war. Let us get Biafra first. Then everybody will be in his own nation, manage his own world. Don't fear about this oil. Forget it about this oil. The coastline area you must be asking. You're supposed to ask yourself, these people have been surviving. These people are even even if you talk of the richest ethnic group in the Africa, these people you are talking, you are afraid of their oil, because all the time when you hear them, it's just that oil. I don't know what they thought that this oil is. And oil is even going to go out very soon. Even if it doesn't go out, it is damaging. It's damaging an environment. Our brothers must know that this is why our leader is fighting. Please have it in mind. We don't want what is happening in Ukraine later will come and happen to Biafra land. Because when we get our Biafra, we're not going to leave our brother in Cross River. We are not going to leave any of our ethnic speaking language in Akwa Ibom. So don't let all this calamity to get to referendum. My brothers and sisters, don't fear. Don't fear. Everything will come to place. Everything will come to place. Let's get that referendum. Let them fight. Let them give them us that referendum first. That is what we need. So all Biafrans, all hands must be on desk. Don't fear. Don't relent. Media warriors, what you are doing, we love what you are doing. Carry on. Don't be afraid of intimidation. They have been intimidated. They have been in this game for more than thousands of years. But we, the new one, we will tell them that we have new blood, that God destined this our struggle. The leader of this, God give our leader this mantle leadership, and he will lead us to Biafra. That is what I wanted to tell everybody. Carry on and believe in God. With God, all things are possible. Thank you for taking my call, my brother, Mazi Tari Nemi, our African rep. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you very much. God bless you. And this brings us to the end of today's program. I'm sorry if I'm not able to take your calls. You can call in on tomorrow's program. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Bye for now. Program. I'm sorry if I'm not able to take your calls. You can call in on tomorrow's program. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Bye for now. Program. I'm sorry if I'm not able to take your calls. You can call in on tomorrow's program. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Bye for now. Program. I'm sorry if I'm not able to take your calls. You can call in on tomorrow's program. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Bye for now. Program. I'm sorry if I'm not able to take your calls. You can call in on tomorrow's program. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Bye for now. Program. I'm sorry if I'm not able to take your calls. You can call in on tomorrow's program. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Bye for now. Program. I'm sorry if I'm not able to take your calls. You can call in on tomorrow's program. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Bye for now. Program. I'm sorry if I'm not able to take your calls. You can call in on tomorrow's program. Thank you very much, and God bless you. Bye for now. Program. I'm sorry if I'm not able to take your calls.
Good evening, wonderful people, great Biafrans, wherever you are on this planet we call Earth. This is
Nnamdi. May God continue to bless you.
Amen. Thank you.
I want to congratulate the people of Biafra on the successful achievement of the first stage of the restoration effort. That stage will be at midnight tonight, when the legal document attaching Biafra to it, that is, for me, the restoration of Biafra de jure. If Barrister Mamadou Mamezu can come to my help, de jure.
Yes.
Then there will be the restoration de facto, which will begin in January next year.
Yes.
So we are perhaps halfway or quarterway to our destination. Now, I want also to plead with you to give this lugard speech as wide a publicity as possible. Let people know. Yeah, let people know what happened. And it is heartening, isn't it, to note that even as early as 1940, when people were still in the dark, there were serious opposition to the fraud called Nigeria.
Yes. 1912 and 1919.
Yes. And that opposition is what we are carrying on today.
Very simple.
Nothing has changed. Our forefathers did their best, but the British ignored them. But they have done so to their own detriment, really. So all I'm saying, congratulations to all Biafrans and all lovers of peace and unity among Biafrans all over the world. Thank you, coordinator, director.
You are very kind. When people hear your voice, they say it's like the voice of an angel. That's the closest. That is the closest they get to an angel. We are humbled and we are delighted that we are blessed with people like you and Dr. Justin Akujeze. Because I'm sure when Frederick Lugard said the great Igbo race across, oh dear Lord, he had men like you in mind. And we are humbled, we are honored, and we thank Chukwu Abiyama for everything because the zoo is ending. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you, Director. Bye-bye.
This is Radio Biafra. We must continue to preach this gospel. We have to preach it. Give us your name and where you are, the caller on the phone. We are in London.
Hello, good evening, Nnamdi. My name's Godwin Ezekwere. I'm calling from Germany.
Which part of Germany are you in, dear brother?
Yeah. I'm in Mannheim.
In Mannheim, please go ahead.
Yeah. Nnamdi, I'm saying thank you. We have had what everything that the British has done to us. I mean, Lord Lugard and his girlfriend and others has done to us. I'm using this opportunity to call on the British people to talk to their government so that they will give us Biafra. If they refuse to do so, they should get ready because we are going down to Nigeria to destroy that place. We will destroy Nigeria. There is no doubt about it. We will destroy Nigeria. There is no doubt about it.
Of course we will. Germany is with us. So
we want peace. If they don't want to give us peace, we will destroy that place. And if we destroy that place, it will affect everywhere in the world because of a lot of refugees, millions of refugees, and they stay. That will not solve the problem. We will destroy Nigeria. So I am pleading to them that they should give us Biafra. We've suffered a lot. We have suffered a lot. Our forefathers suffered the same thing over 100 years up to this date, and we are still suffering. My kids cannot go through all this again. So they should give us Nigeria. They should give us Biafra. If not, we are coming down to destroy that place.
I agree with you. Thank you and God bless you. I like what is coming out of Germany. I like it so much. I knew they would wake up. The same way that Odenigbo is in the USA, Clifford Iranya is there, Moses Migwe is in the US. We have men there as well. Akujeze is there. Wanunu is there too. We want United States to rise up and match what Germany is doing. And that will be the final piece of jigsaw in place. The funding we require will be in place and we go and meet our enemies head on. Everything we say we will do, we've done. The amalgamation document is with us. What else do you want? This is the clearest sign from heaven that what we are doing is right before God and before man. Nobody has this, not even good Lord Jonathan. And we're here. The documents we have, the documents I'm surrounded by is worse than a bomb. Is worse than dynamite. Nobody has it, only us. That goes to show that God is with us. Give us your name and where you are, the caller on the phone. This is Radio Biafra.
Hello, Director D. Johnson Carlo from Manchester.
Please go ahead.
Okay. And Director, I wanted to thank you for the way from Germany to back to London here. I say thank you very much. And also thank Karamonde and Batiman Mezu. And also I'm happy to hear the voice of Odenibo this night. I say God bless all of you in Jesus' name.
Amen.
And also, Director, I don't even know what you said. I just want to say thank you for educating me this night. I'm very educated this night from you, from all these informations that you've been given this night. I just said, let God Almighty, Chukwu of Biafra, keep on guiding you and protecting you for all these educations that you are giving us this night. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very, very much. And the education must continue. This is Radio Biafra. If you're joining us, please tell those around you. People are calling and saying, oh, we can't get in. Ask them to go to peopleofbiafra.org. It has an overspill. Our website is heaving with too much traffic, so some may not get it. Ask them to go to indigenouspeopleofbiafra.org. I have asked Ike Chukwenyago, Karamonde, keep posting this every 5 minutes. People should go to the sister websites and listen to us there. This education must continue. We promised and we shall deliver it. I have here in my hands the words of Mrs. Lugard, what she said, why she fell in love with Hausa people. This was the woman that gave you to Hausa to control. And I'll tell you why she did it. On what she said, what Mrs. Lugard said, it is evident that civilization did not start in Europe, it started in Africa. Because by the time the warriors in England were fighting with bows and arrows, there were armies in Borno fighting with muskets. Not from Radio Biafra, from Mrs. Lugard, it is here, and I shall read it, so the world will know. We have a treasure trove. We have something that other people do not have. We must read it. People must listen. If you don't have a pen and paper, I feel very, very sorry for you. But we must read it. But at the same time, the state of the North before Lugard must be depicted as one of chaos and decadence from previous heights. And the impression must be left that the coastal areas were a sink of iniquity and a wretched failure of British administration. This is the conspiracy. This is the plan they hatched. I'll read it again. British, their plan is here. I'm reading it, not my words. This is from them. This is by one Sir Alfred Jones, who was determined as much as possible to overlook the achievements of southern Nigeria and in trying to boost northern Nigeria. The name of this person is Sir Alfred Jones of Liverpool steamers. These are the ones taking the slaves and bringing them to Liverpool. The people and the states of northern Nigeria were described. The Hausas had 7 legitimate states, others were illegitimate, only in the Hausa land, to which had been added illegitimate states. I'm reading verbatim. Many of the principal states of Nigeria, which stretched almost to the southern coast, there was Borno. People must listen carefully, please. Listen very, very carefully. In the time of Queen Elizabeth of England, that is Queen Elizabeth I, not the second, May 14 something, when England's arsenals contained chiefly bows and arrows, Borno possessed an institution obviously regarded by Lady Lugard, who is the daughter of a general and also married to Lugard, who is a general. He looked at them with special approval, and this is her own words. A standing army equipped with muskets. On the Fulani people, she added just a few words, speculating from a moment on their unknown origin. Nobody could tell where Fulani people came from, not even the woman that called you Nigeria. They are not Jewish, they are not Phoenician, they are not Indian, they are not Roman or Egyptian. And noting their ascendancy and power in these cunningly chosen words, Fulani want to rule wherever they go. Even Lady Lugard knew this. Florence Lugard knew this. In dealing with them, this is her own words. This is now Lady Lugard speaking. In dealing with them and with their houses, we seem to be in the presence of one of the great fundamental facts of history, that there are races which are born to conquer and others to persist under conquest. Fulani people are born to conquer, Hausa people are born to be submissive to their conquerors. I'll continue to read. Yet these are the words of Lady Lugard, please, not my words, the words of Lady Lugard. We have all the documents from Frederick Lugard and the wife. We have it at Radio Biafra. No other person has this, only us. Yet I'm continuing to read from Lady Lugard. Yet both are persistent races, and it will be curious and interesting to see what development each will take under a rule at once stronger and more powerful than they have ever known. Mrs. Lugard is now experimenting with them, saying we want to see amongst 2 of them who will succumb first to foreign British rule, or who will make trouble the most for them. That was from Mrs. Lugard, Florence Lugard. This is Radio Biafra. We must proceed. The caller on the phone, give us your name and where you are. This is Radio Biafra. On a night we are educating humanity. Please go ahead. The caller on the phone, can you hear me? The caller on the phone, can you hear me? No, they can't. They cannot hear me. When they wake up, they shall come back to me. Or maybe they were testing our lines. This is Radio Biafra. Once again, if you're joining us, our lines are open. We know people are listening. We know they are moved by what they're hearing. But this is Radio Biafra. It's our job to move you. Give us your name and where you are. The caller on the phone. This is Radio Biafra. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Please turn your system down or you move away from it. This is Radio Biafra. Go ahead.
Yes, here is Amram Okage, calling from Hamburg, Germany.
Thank you very much. Did you come out to see me when I was in Hamburg?
Yes, I was there.
Thank you very much. Please go ahead.
Yes, I was there, but first of all, our program in Hamburg was a little bit poor, was not well organized from the people that handled it. But anyway, that's not your problem. And we appreciate your work. We appreciate what you're doing, and it's very, very important and very, very nice. You can see and testify by yourself that all the whole Igbos are longing and crying deeply to see that Biafra is regained back. Therefore, we are looking forward for that. And, you know, it will not be the war, what we are doing right now is that the case whereby we want to fight a war, good. And it's not an easy war, as you can see, good. And we don't want to lose any single damn thing we are doing. This is why we don't want to waste our energies. Even we coming out is a big energy. Therefore, I will...
Formula questions. Have you tweeted today? Did you write to the BBC? Did you call them? I still have to remind you every day that this is very, very important. It's part of what we are doing. Since they are after us, we're going to be after them. Have you forgotten to call them? Have you called them? Have you tweeted today? Somebody's trying to call me. Why would anybody want to call me at this time? All right, so let us keep doing what we are doing. Tweet. If you have not, please do so. Write to the BBC, call them, tweet them, whatever you have to do, send them an email, whatever, the instruction on what to do, and that's exactly precisely what you're going to do.
Great Biafrans, wonderful people and beautiful people, lend me your ears. Buried for 50 years, Britain and BBC shameful role in the Biafran war. 1 million children starved to death, women raped, mothers, pregnant women cut up, and the babies taken out and slaughtered right before BBC camera lens, the British corporation BBC. And today BBC is trying to rewrite history. BBC is trying to make the victim the villain. And therefore, we Biafran, under the leadership of our Supreme Commander, Mazi Kanu, we are taking the war to the British Corporation doorstep. Biafra worldwide phone call and Twitter campaign against British Broadcasting Corporation, BBC. Starting date, the 19th day of May to the 3rd of June 2022. Now listen, be polite and use the following prompt when you call the British Broadcasting Corporation. Hello, my name is, you give them your name. I am calling to ask about BBC policy of propaganda against the victims of genocide. Listen and pay close attention. Number one, why is BBC always twisting facts and covering up genocide by Fulanis in Nigeria? Number two, when will BBC make a documentary about the current Fulani genocidal killing in Nigeria? Number three, why is BBC shamelessly investigating the victims and not the perpetrators? Number four, why is BBC broadcasting a fake documentary to intimidate the victims of genocide? And number five, BBC and UK government, stop your shameless policy of plundering and slaughtering Biafrans. Stop the killings. Stop lying about us and leave us alone. Now listen, very important. The time to call the British Broadcasting Corporation will be from 9 a.m. in the morning to 5 p.m. Biafra time. Now these are the numbers to call. Pay close attention. BBC switchboard is +44 208 743 8000. I repeat, BBC switchboard +44 20 874 38,000. You must call and you need to deliver the message. All right. You also can call BBC News. You can tweet them at BBC News. I repeat, at BBC News. You can also call the BBC customer service number, and the number is +44 37 00 100 342. BBC customer service number again, I repeat, +443 700 100 342. Or you can also tweet at BBC Press. I repeat, FBBC Press. Or you can also call BBC Studios Limited. The number is +442 08 433 2000. And finally, you can also tweet at BBC Africa. I repeat, at BBC Africa. Biafrans, we shall vanquish by the grace and mercies of Elohim. We shall vanquish. BBC, stop the intimidation. BBC, apologize to the real victim of genocide, the Biafran people. We shall vanquish.
Radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station. You're listening to this is Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra.
We are not like other people, because as I once reminded you before we came, there was nobody like us. Now that we are here, they pretend, they copy, they emulate, they fabricate falsehood, but they can never be like us. Long after we are gone, they will wish we lived forever. IPOB is very special, exceptionally special, the largest mass movement in the whole world bar none. And we did it because Chukwu Kikabiama is with us. We did it because Chukwuokika Biama created IPOB himself. And we are here to pilot its affairs. We will not prevaricate. We will not stop. We will not slumber until Biafra is fully restored to its former glory. Anybody in doubt as to our resilience and our determination to restore Biafra is not only mistaken, not only misguided, but needs to see a psychiatrist. Because we are not stopping. I am Nnamdi Kanu and I don't stop until I get what I want.
We are very unstoppable. Unstoppable. Yeah, yesterday we were supposed to be in court yesterday, right? And as usual, they swept the dirt under the rug, thinking it's going to go away. You know, when they announce a date like this, they think it will never get there. But before we know it, we'll be there. Our leader has been vindicated, and God knows the world is watching. The world is watching very, very closely. I don't even know why the so-called BBC, the carnagers, these are the people that are evil. BBC have been evil. I was young during the first war. I was there. I was part of it. And I know the role that they played, and they have not stopped. And we will not let them stop. We are going to keep calling them. We are going to keep telling the world what is going on with us. Whether they like it or they don't like it, it does not matter to us. Our leader has been vindicated. He didn't do anything. That is why they are running away from their own court. That is what the Nigeria is all about. Who taught them all this? Where do you think they learn all this? British people. You know, it's like there was a conversation. I wasn't invited to the conversation, but I heard somebody was saying he's a British here in America. I was talking to somebody that our politicians are very corrupt, and I'm like, what do you mean they are corrupt? Where do you think they learned that? They went to university in your country, most of them. So maybe you spend one semester telling them how to steal and how to rob other people and how to do what they are doing. There are other African countries colonized by other nations. They are not as bad as the one that you created. So don't even go there, because we know the game. They come there, you teach them how to rob their own people. You teach them all the things that they are practicing is what they learn from you. But that doesn't matter anymore. This generation of Biafrans, these young people, they have all wisened up. They have wisened up. They have woken up from their slumber. You are not going to last very long in what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing, Great Britain. Keep doing it. But you know something? The world is wising up. Yesterday, I picked up a clip from one of our lawyers, and what he said very, very clearly about what happened in court, because people were already saying, oh, they refused our leader, bail, they did that, whatever. He is clearing the issue, and I want us to listen very attentively. I have other clips, but this particular one, I need you to listen. Bruce Fain here.
The Federal High Court sitting in Abuja on Wednesday declined to grant bail to the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, Nnamdi Kanu, pending the determination of the treasonable felony charge the federal government preferred against him. Trial Justice Binta Iyaku held that Kanu must explain the reason why he breached the previous bail that was given to him before he could enjoy another February decision from the court. With us to discuss this issue in the light of recent development is Mr. Bruce Fain, International Counsel and spokesperson for Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. We're delighted to have you once again here on Sahara TV, Mr. Fain.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Let's jump right into this. Would you consider the recent ruling by the Federal High Court in Nigeria denying Nnamdi Kanu's bail application as another setback?
Perhaps that's a bit too strong. She did not, Justice Binta Iyaku didn't deny the bail outright, simply said, I want a hearing to explain the disappearance of September 2017. Nevertheless, I believe that Justice Binta Iyaku was disingenuous. I mean, it's notorious that in September of 2017, the federal government of Nigeria attempted to assassinate Nnamdi Kanu. He was in his home. They fired bullets are there. Many people were killed, and he had to flee under duress. He has an inherent human right to live and to avoid being killed. Not only that, before this hearing, the Abia High Court had made a specific ruling that Nnamdi Kanu was entitled to $5 billion in naira, payable by the federal government of Nigeria for the attempted assassination and other human rights violations against him in September 2017. So we already have an adjudication confirming that Nnamdi Kanu did not flee any sense voluntarily. In the law, it's called he fled under duress. Anyone else would do. It wasn't a voluntary choice in the sense that he had an option other than agreeing to die if he didn't flee. And that excuses the flight under the in the eyes of the law. And in my judgment, this is a fact so notorious that it's hard to imagine that someone who's as learned as Binta Nyako wouldn't know that. So in some sense, she kind of pushed the issue down the road. She didn't say no. And I do believe at the next hearing, we will hear a full explanation of the Abia High Court's decision, how a colleague of hers, a judge, has already found that the government attempted to assassinate Nnamdi Kanu, and that was why he had to flee. And that means that he would not be a risk of flight if they granted bail now, because his earlier flight was not voluntary, it wasn't evasive, it's self-preservation.
The hearing yesterday did not go without another legal shenanigans by the federal government prosecuting counsel as they attempted to dump another new amended charges on the court. Justice Nyako went ahead to strike out the charges preferred against Nnamdi Kanu. What's your reaction to this?
Well, I think this is now the third time that the government has amended their charges. And remember, we are now at 11 months since the government detained Nnamdi Kanu. And they have limitless resources to investigate and prosecute the case. And to continue to amend the charges. And remember, these amendments come after the government has certified in their previous filings that the investigation is finished and concluded. Then if it's concluded and finished, why do you keep adding charges? There's no new information there. So we know, I think, to a reasonable certainty, this is an effort to delay for the sake of delay. It's my judgment as a lawyer, having examined the infinite vagueness of the charges, that there is no evidence of guilt and that they are frightened to death of having to go to trial. That's, and one other element of yesterday's hearing that I think is important to note. You recall Chief Judge Tosho previously had authorized secret trial of Nnamdi Kanu. No one asked him for that, and it's clearly it was orchestrated by the government. In my view, it's because they know that an open trial would make a farce of what the government is trying to prove. But yesterday's hearing was open. Now, after the Chief Judge Tosho issued his order, I had filed a complaint with the International Criminal Court saying this is part of the crime against humanity and this entire attempted judicial murder of Nnamdi Kanu. So it looks to me like they backed off because this was open. You could see TV in the courtroom. So I would hope that they're getting a little bit of sense in them, that this trial is going to end up hurting them a lot more than it's going to hurt the Biafran quest, because it's such a symbolic demonstration of the viciousness and the lawlessness of the Nigerian government.
But why your view and opinion? Why is the prosecution council trying to delay process by continuous amendment of the charges against your client? Is this to further put him under incarceration until the end of this government life of this?
Well, yeah, I think there are at least two ulterior motives, and oftentimes there are multiple reasons for a single action. One is that it's a mess. The government has nothing. They want to hand it off to the next government after the presidential elections in 2023. So just keep kicking it down the road. It's their problem, not ours. The second is more vicious, and they just might hope, because Nnamdi Kanu's health is not A+, and they're depriving him of access to international medical care of the highest standards. They hope, well, maybe he'll just die, and that'll get off his plate. But it is clear they do not want a trial. This government would stoop to anything to try to besmirch, defame Nnamdi Kanu's reputation. If they had incriminating evidence, they would have leaked it out to all the press in the whole world.
That's true.
You know, they don't have any respect for any standards whatsoever. And what we've gotten is zero. They have submitted to the court not a crumb of incriminating evidence against Nnamdi Kanu. And even the allegations and the charges are infinitely vague. For example, they'll say something like a broadcast sometime during 2018, 2021. Now that's 3 years. They can't even identify an approximate date. They don't even identify the words, the transcript that said Nnamdi uttered XYZ that incited people to do things. It's just all made up out of thin air. Can you imagine charging someone with treason and it happens sometime within a 3-year interlude and you don't know when? I mean, it must have been pretty light treason if you can't find it in 3 years.
It's quite pathetic. You actually took to writing a scattered remark against this government when you actually asked Facebook to ban the Buhari's government for engaging in genocide and crimes against Biafra and others, considering the actions of this government in present time. Why would you do that, sir?
Well, the reason is that's what they deserve, in my judgment. Facebook standards say they're not supposed to offer its platform, to promote criminal activity. The government of Nigeria, at least with regard to Biafrans, virtually everything they say is calculated to advance their effort to exterminate the Biafran people, whether it's rape or starvation or murder or plunder or one or the other. That's the policy of this government against Biafrans. And this government views as criminal the exercise of the Biafran right to seek self-determination. That right is not made up. It's enshrined in Article 1 of the International Covenant of Civil Political Rights, signed by 172 nations, including Nigeria. It's there and you're bound by it. Nigerian law bounds the government to, and not only that, under international law, they would be bound anyway. Self-determination is an unalienable right. People can't surrender it. And that's why, in my judgment, why are you giving platform to really a government that's little more than a criminal conspiracy to violate the law?
But let me get your perspective on this. The Nigerian government actually said that the basis for they are asking the platform to stop allowing Ipob to use their platform is because of they allegedly incite violence and provoke ethnic hatred in the country. I mean, considering the crimes and the violence taking place in the Southeast at the moment, what's your reaction, response to that?
Well, what the minister said was that, well, in 2017, Ipob was listed as a terrorist organization.
Exactly.
Well, true enough, only by Nigeria. What he left out was the following: if you examine the proceedings, this is how you get listed as a terrorist organization under Nigerian law. The president of Nigeria decides, based upon whatever he believes he wants to decide, you're a terrorist organization. He instructs the Attorney General to go to court and say, have the court enter an order that XYZ is a terrorist organization. And the court does it. There's no notice, there's no opportunity to respond, there's no due process whatsoever. This is a complete joke. The president could name you or me. Okay, you're a terrorist. That's the end of the matter. There's no hearing. We can't respond. This was so deficient procedurally that it provoked 5 human rights experts at the UN Human Rights Council to write Buhari a personal letter in October of 2000 and asked us, I don't see any. They said, we see no evidence that Ipob is a terrorist organization. Please, within 60 days, this is in October 2000, submit to us evidence showing Ipob is a terrorist organization. And Buhari snubbed them. Wouldn't even respond. These are 5 neutral, they're not Biafrans, neutral human rights experts from the UN Human Rights Council. They asked, they said, we don't see it. You please provide us the evidence. He wouldn't even have the decency and courtesy to respond. That's how they view Ipob or Biafran terrorism. And remember as well, it is not terrorism to defend yourself if you're attacked. If someone is attacking you and is trying to kill you, and you fight back in self-defense, you're not guilty of terrorism. You are completely justified in trying to protect your own life. And what's happening in the Southeast, by and large, sure, the Biafrans don't want to die without resistance, and so when they fight back, that's not terrorism. That's self-defense, which is completely legal. When the Jews were being persecuted in the Warsaw Ghetto and they fought back, Sure, the Nazis said, oh, this is Jewish terrorism, right? They're trying to live. So that's what makes this so Orwellian in their description of what's actually transpiring. And it's a true tragedy, in my judgment, that so much of this goes under the water because the international community, they're preoccupied with Ukraine or some other thing. Nigeria has oil, and if we're going to cut off oil from Russia, we're looking for other places where we can get oil to keep prices down. And so this kind of information is large, if not 100% suppressed, but it doesn't reach the threshold that we need, in my judgment, at least right now, to get the international pressure to say this is a genocidal government. It should be ostracized even more than Putin in Russia.
Now, let's get a sense, or help us get a sense of this. I mean, the crisis, the southeastern part of the country, with regards to violence that is orchestrated against the citizens of the southeastern part of the country, which has actually been, we've had cases of unknown gunmen, I mean, destroying properties, the sit-at-home orders by Ipob, and also governments, actions. And recently, one of the governors of the southeast actually paid a visit to Nnamdi Kanu in detention. And still yet, even after the visit, there's been an uptick in the violence in the southeast. Is Ipob responsible for all this?
Ipob is not responsible in any legal sense. I mean, if we think about the sit-at-home, stay-at-home practices, it's what you might call a boycott as a form of demonstration. That is completely protected. In the United States of America, when I was growing up, one of the most effective ways that the blacks were able to get their civil rights, a very famous Montgomery, Alabama bus boycott. The blacks said, okay, we're not going to patronize the buses. Sure. That was constitutionally protected freedom. That is one way in which you are expressing your opposition to something. And you have a free speech right to do that, freedom of association right to do that. Why are you condemning these people for staying at home as a method, because they can't vote you out because the voting process is corrupted, as a method of saying we do not subscribe to your policies? And that is viewed by the government as somehow criminal activity. You know, this is peaceful protest at its best, at its most civilized.
You also tackled the United Kingdom government over its inaction on the Biafran agitation recently. You are saying that the UK government have been missing in action to support the Biafran agitation. Could you expatiate more on this one?
Yes. The right to self-determination, as I say, is of peoples, again, enshrined in many international human rights covenants, including those to which Great Britain is a signatory. In fact, if we want to trace the origins of this idea, it's found in the United States Declaration of Independence, where it announces all peoples have the right to government by the consent of the governed. That's a different way of saying self-determination. It's the consent of the governed that determines what the government ought to be. And that the UK, when they colonized Nigeria, they had, and this is after the UK had signed treaties with Biafra in the 1800s, treaties recognizing that it was a legally cognizable entity, Biafra. Then they amalgamate Biafra with the Yoruba, the Hausa-Fulani, others in 1914. They extinguished their nationhood, which they previously recognized through treaties. And then when it comes to 1960, with independence, and under decolonization rules specifically stipulate that all peoples have a right to self-determination. Instead of having self-determination votes in 1960 and then diffusing the power that they were exercising and forcing all the Nigerians under one roof based upon the results of self-determination votes, and it could have been a Biafran vote, a Yoruba vote, Hausa-Fulani. They just decamped and gave it to a unitary government that was basically its successor to its own illegal uniform government that was never agreed to by a single African vote. And I want to underscore this. When the boundaries of Nigeria were drawn, not one Nigerian in those boundaries voted for it. It was all imposed by whites thousands of miles away. So If that's not injustice, I don't know what is. I'd say, and as an American, I feel strongly. Of course, we separated from Great Britain too, because they were denying us any representation in 1776. So that is why the UK is missing in action. They ought to be in the forefront, urging that Nigeria should be enforcing Article 1, the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, hold a referendum under United Nations auspices. Most recently it was done in South Sudan. The South Sudanese voted like 99.9% to secede. Unfortunately, the nation has not prospered afterwards, but at least they had the right to self-determination. So we know how to do this. It's not reinventing the wheel. And UK has an obligation as a prominent member of the international community to seek to enforce their own international right of self-determination, especially because Britain itself, it gives Scotland the right to self-determination. They were able to vote whether they wanted to secede. It gave the Northern Ireland a right to decide whether they wanted to be part of UK or Ireland. So the British know how to do this. So when it's the white Anglo-Saxon, they give them the right. Why are Nigerians or Biafrans any less human than the Scotch or the Northern Irish? They aren't.
You also went ahead to urge the British royal family to actually visit the southeast Nigeria and to compensate, and not just compensate, but apologize for abandoning the Igbos to fulani terrorists in your recent twist. How culpable is the British government as far as this travails is concerned?
Well, this is something that ought to happen. The British apologize, oftentimes the Irish potato famine, they got a lot of apologizing to do. They were involved in the international slave trade, divide and conquer. It wasn't just Nigeria that they destroyed, a lot of other peoples in Africa. But I do think that we do have at least some recognition of the looting and injustice to Africa, initially repatriating some of the cultural artifacts that were stolen, and paying, and at least having some type of thought towards reparations. These things don't happen overnight. But I think it's something that has to be said. And until the idea is broached, the first idea is always a minority of one. Somebody has to stand up and say, hey, this is unjust. It doesn't mean it's going to happen the next day. But that's how all progress is made. Somebody has to call a spade and say, this is unjust and we got to fight against it. Then you got to rally and not give up. And it may take 1 year or 5 or 10. But you don't give up, and I don't think there's any question that the UK is complicit in staggering injustices against the Biafrans.
So what are the consequential implications that stand out in the recent United Kingdom government statement on the separatist groups in Nigeria's southeast region? Your take on this, please.
Well, I think of what the UK said was not that Ipob is a terrorist
organization. True.
It did not say that. It went out of its way, and we did not say. All it said was that on an individual basis, and this is true under the refugee conventions, and we have it in the United States, if the individual applying for refugee status can be shown to have personally engaged in terrorism or inciting violence, then you can exclude them. But obviously, that means that if you had to resort to violence to protect your life because you were being attacked, that's not terrorism. That's not illegality. It's not murder. It's called the right of self-preservation, which is inherent in every individual who's ever been born on this planet. So I think it was just stating, and perhaps because there has been a surge of violence in the Southeast, in my judgment largely provoked by the fact that the Python dance 1, 2, the Fulani out there, they're continue to escalate the violence. That means that more requirement to self-defense if you're going to live at all.
Now, considering the fact that lawful agitation, pursuit of a legitimate cause is actually allowed under democracy, the use of violence and the breakdown of law and order nullifies any of such a claim to such a cause. Shouldn't Ipob at this point in time owe themselves and the Nigerian state a duty to de-escalate the tension and violence in the southeast at this point in time? And what's Nnamdi Kanu's position or take on this, please?
No, I think Ipob Nnamdi's position has always been legal avenues of redress. But you can't de-escalate when the other side is escalating the violence, other than just letting them slaughter you. That's what the Jews found out with the Nazis. They're supposed to de-escalate in Auschwitz, and Bergen-Belsen, and Dachau, and the Warsaw Ghetto. Sure, it's easy to de-escalate if the other side isn't attacking you. But if the other side continues to increase the attack, what can you do? And they say everybody has a right to self-defense. And if someone's trying to kill you, you would be in some sense culpable if you didn't try to fight back and preserve your life. You're not the wrongdoer. So this idea of, and their gist of their suggestion of de-escalation is, well, stop the sit-ins. Well, why? We didn't stop the Montgomery bus boycotts. Even in the United States today, it's regular. States will boycott a state. We don't like your abortion laws or whatever. We won't do business to you. But that is a civilized way in which you can express your opposition. It's not picking up a gun and violence to intimidate them. It's simply a right recognized under international law, custom, and practice to express your view in a very strong way. Okay, don't want to do business with you. I don't want to show up for work today.
So, Mr. Busfriend, finally, what's next for as far as this legal battle is concerned? Do you see any light at the end of the tunnel?
Well, if we were in an ordinary legal system, the answer would be yes, because it looks like there's supposed to be a trial to begin on May 26th.
Yep.
But listen, I've been there and to see how many dates get changed at the drop of a hat, 5 hours before something's supposed to start. I think what we do know is this, that the government of Nigeria will respond to pressure, but law really has very little to do with what transpires. And so we still, again, with peaceful means, and that's advocacy, strong advocacy, point out the lawlessness and the injustice. And I would hope that they would find it in their best interest for everybody. If you are treating the Biafrans differently, why are you worried about, decently, why are you worried about a referendum? They'll vote to stay in. The Scottish voted to stay in with the UK, right? They rejected independence. The reason why you're fearing them is because you're oppressing them. If you want them to vote the other way, how about giving them the right to govern themselves that they've been denied for a century or more? So I just think, unlike other legal systems, it's very, very problematic here. I am guardedly optimistic, however, that given the definitiveness of the Abia High Court's ruling, that Nnamdi Kanu had to flee in 2017 to escape an assassination attempt by the government and award 5 billion naira in damages. I think that will be influential in Justice Binta Nyaku's decision on bail, and that would mean Nnamdi Kanu's out. He would have access to his lawyers, including me, because I've been denied access to him on 5 occasions. Even though under Nigerian law and international law, he's a right to counsel. So I'm guardedly optimistic that maybe they're kind of getting the message that this is turning into a crown of thorns for them. But say it's guarded because this government is going to act based upon outside pressure, not the inherent justice of the situation.
Mr. Bruce Fain, the International Council and spokesperson for Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob. It's always a pleasure having you on Sahara TV. Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me.
All right, that was good. That was a good one. A very, very good one. What I'll do right now is I have a few calls that are coming in and I don't want it to be on air. So I'm going to just take a very short break and I'll be right back with you. Stay tuned. Don't go away.
Biafra, my home, my fatherland. people. We're taking it to idol worship and we lost the face of our God. And as we wallowed in idol worship, the British entered in, trading on the Niger, exploiting your people, trading by barter. You give me palm oil and take soup, so them entered in. I brought in civilization, brought in your religion, and told us about America, and we embraced it. I never knew them got ulterior motive. With religious treated us amongst our brethren, with denomination tear us apart. Building churches, schools and hospitals. We never knew we had to pay this much to be your place forever. Oh, Nana. So we fought so hard against them systems, fighting against them schism. We fought so hard against them systems, fighting against them schism. But our lives have gone poor. At the very spot we left our America. Now is the time to be restored. Great Biafra be restored. I want freedom for my people. Freedom for Biafra. Biafra, land of the rising sun. Land of the rising sun. Biafra, my home, my father. The descendants of Abraham. From Father Isaac, the descendants of Jacob. Biafra is a reality. My fatherland, my original legend.
Why are you people lying? Why don't you tell them they want an independent Biafra? Oh, they're fighting for their freedom. So owe everything to Chukwuka who asked us to come. Not by our own might, nor power, nor will, but by the grace of the Most High.
Back in 1914, amalgamation, colonial masters, criminal masters. I'm a mercenary soldier named Frederick Lugard, brought together all them captives, including Jah people, them Yorubas and them Ariwas, and so many other people called us Nigeria, Niger area. Oh, Nigeria, people with different religion, different beliefs, yeah, different in culture and tradition, different language, different in everything, overstanding under reasoning, forced to coexist together. Plant of confusion, describing the soil and the water that can never mix. Planted the cabals, them representatives here in Nigeria, looting all our treasures, colonial external marginalization of them Biafrans. Now is the time for manifestation. Now is the time to be restored. Great Biafra be restored. I want freedom for my people. Freedom for Biafra. Ayoy, Biafra, land of the rising sun.
All right, I'm back again. I'm so sorry about that. I was having two major calls that were coming in, and talking to those people means I had to put them on air. All right, this is Radio Biafra. We all heard about what our lawyer said, Bruce Fain. Very interesting, and I'm very, very happy about it. Before I open up the line this morning, I have another clip that I want us to listen to very attentively. That clip, I am taking it with a pinch of salt. It's by the new Anambra state governor. He made some broadcasts, some few things that he laid out that will bring peace to the region. Well, I'm interested in that. I wish he can go through what he said, because these people, I don't really trust any of them anymore. You can't trust them. They are snakes, all of them. When they say one thing, in fact, I had this discussion with somebody before, because when I listened to what he said, I was satisfied. But then the person said, don't take it with a pinch of salt, because these people, this man could be creating a room for them to create more carnage in our area, and we'll look at it like if he's trying to do us a favor. However, what I said, well, the test in the pudding is in the eating. We have to give them the benefit of the doubt. Maybe once, that's the way we put it. But we have to give them the chance and let us see what happens. Let's listen to this clip briefly before I will open up the line so we can talk about them. Listen to this.
Nnewi South, Ogbaru, Orumba North and South local governments until further notice. We will review this and say whether we then extend it to the rest of the states. But let's start with this, if you like, the red local governments. Until further notice also, motorcycles, keke and shuttle buses are banned from operating in these local governments on Mondays until the sit-at-home completely stops. So that's what they use to go and enforce their sit-at-home. The use of every community in the zone are hereby enjoined to assist the security agencies in the implementation of this policy, and they are mandated to seize any such motorcycle or tricycle on the spot. Local vigilantes should report such motorcycles or tricycles, keke, immediately, and they will be confiscated by government and the owner prosecuted as a possible suspect. The Okada, keke, and shuttle bus union leaders must take responsibility to report their members who are involved in criminal activities. We shall review this after 2 weeks, and if members of this union continue to be involved in criminal activities, the government will have no choice but to either disband the unions and or ban them outrightly in the state. The union should take responsibility. If the current trend continues, we will have no qualms banning Okada and Keke outrightly in this state. 4. No part of Anambra state, house, bush or forest shall be used as camps for these criminals. Anyone with a gun in a camp is considered a criminal in Anambra state, and the government and people will work with security agencies to flush them out. The state government shall pursuant to its powers under the Land Use Act, revoke and acquire any land found to be harboring these criminals for public purpose. Henceforth, every community is required to provide information on any part of their land occupied by these criminals as camps. If the community fails to do so, the government will take over such land as government property. All communities are hereby charged to take over their communities completely, and through the leadership of their town unions and traditional rulers, give weekly security reports submitted every Friday to the state government on the state of security in their respective communities. The cooperation of the youths in that regard is now imperative. I charge the vigilantes of each community to rise to the occasion and contend with these criminals in your locality, whether they are in your bush or in the houses or in your community. The state government expects the report of any progress made in this regard and shall support and reward you accordingly. Any building found to be harboring these kidnappers and murderers who have laid siege on our state will, as provided by the Criminal Code Amendment Number 3, Law 2 to 2013, be forfeited to the state government. To that extent, all landlords are hereby directed to proceed on Operation Know Your Tenant by keeping appropriate records of their tenants and report anyone suspected of being involved in criminal activities. Each community leadership must keep full register of all tenants in their communities, their occupation, etc., and keep an eye on their activities. The state government shall, as an emergency measure, disband the leadership of any community which fails to report criminal activities in their communities or immediately respond to the request contained in this address. All market leaders and stakeholders are hereby charged to join the communities in taking back their territory and monitor the activities in their markets. They are all required to return weekly security reports to the state government. Everybody who either in person or through telephone calls demands cash support or ransom from anyone in furtherance of any criminal activities or groups should immediately be reported to the government via the telephone lines that we have provided. 9. All transporters, bus drivers, shuttle drivers, tricycle, keke, and motorcycle or Okada riders must immediately report any suspicious passengers. Because it has come to the knowledge of the state government that over 80% of transport operators use fake plate numbers and identities, all transport operators in Anambra must henceforth re-register their vehicles, tricycles, and motorcycles with their valid means of identification and their biometrics to be captured. This exercise shall immediately be commenced, and anyone who defaults in doing that after 4 weeks from today will be treated as a suspect and adequate measures taken against him or her. 10. All hotels are directed to obtain the means of identification of their guests and keep an inventory of all guests in their hotels. We'll have some sporadic spot checks. The management of the hotel should immediately report any suspicious person or persons or group of persons checking into or converging in their hotels. Immediate sanctions would attend to any dereliction in this regard, including possibly shutting down or demolition of such hotels. All fuel stations are hereby directed to, within 4 weeks from today, place surveillance cameras in their stations and to keep records generated by those cameras in order to assist the state government when required in tackling these criminals who inevitably fuel their vehicles at these fuel stations. Finally, let me urge our people to remain calm.
All right, we've had enough. Okay, before I open up the line, we're going to talk about this, talk about Bruce Payne and this. Let's focus on what he has said. A lot of things that he said that sounds very interesting, very commendable, yes. But the truth is, you can't trust these people. Because the person I was speaking to yesterday tried to tell me that he listened to this thing also and it sounded so sweet, so nice. But are you sure that these people can be trusted? Because they may be doing this to create a room for the soldiers to come into our territory. Well, I agree with you that, I agree with him that if somebody's living in your compound, where are these people operating from? Where are they coming out of? They don't come out of the state and drive straight into Anambra state and start committing crime. They're living there with the people. So we have to know who they are. It's commendable that landlords will know who they are. They're coming from other states, yes, but they live there. They don't just drive in. They say they come in, they kidnap somebody, and how do they take him out? So most of the things he said are very good, but the truth is, we put every one of them in the same basket. We're not just talking. You people are so dishonest and so insincere with yourself and the people you are ruling that because they are not honest, they are not telling the truth. So this morning we heard what he said. Like I said, it sounds very beautiful. It sounds commendable. It sounds with what somebody will be able to do. Because I know that this is going to prove to them that our children that they are accusing, These are government orchestrated crime. The government is committing this crime that you see. I'm telling you the truth. The government, their hands is in the crime. They are the ones doing it. They brought instability to the south, to Biafra land. Because for them, have we forgotten so quickly that when this whole thing started, when Boko Haram was reigning and reigning, when during the Jonathan era, Boko Haram was all over the place in the north. It was very peaceful in Biafra land. And they said to themselves, wait a minute, how can we just sit down here? Now what do? They are organized. They start bringing these alamajiris in trailers to drop them in our homes. There are the ones that are doing this. And somebody is saying, these people are, there are people who believe that these are our children. Forgetting that there is somebody in Owerri I listen to that is supposed to be a fulani man. He was born and bred in Owerri. He speaks more than me. He speaks the Igbo language more than those of us who are from that region. Only which are not to me in yourself. There are many of them like that. So if I let us watch and see him implement what he has said. Because if he's able to implement it without having any ulterior motive, then we're going to know who is who and who is doing this deal. Who are the people that are committing this crime? Because I do not, when they talk to me, somebody says IPOB, I get so pissed off. And I say to the person, are you out of your mind? Do you think that somebody, no matter how desperate or our people, can go and sit down in the same table with somebody and eat and go cut off the person's head the next minute? What is wrong with you people? They killed a woman with her 4 children. The first story is IPOB, because that's what they want to create. If all follow, he remained, when they go to Sokoto and kill, they want to call IPOB. Maybe IPOB is in Sokoto too, the Sokoto branch. These people are just disgusting. With the help of BBC, because they are the ones carrying this news. They are the ones that are the masters of this fake news. If they are very honest with themselves, they will investigate. Deborah was killed. She's not even an Igbo woman. I don't know where she's from, but at least she's a human being. They never want to investigate. They didn't go there to interview the father or talk to the parents. What happened? Of all the crowd over there, they said they arrested 2 people. 2 unfortunate people that were not even going to know what happened to them in the end. Probably they're in their houses right now to speak. Let us stop fooling ourselves. Let us stop deceiving ourselves and lying to ourselves. No matter what you guys do, before, in the end, Biafra will be here. Biafra is here with us already. It's just a matter of time. It is going down and going down and going down. We listen to Bruce Fenn, our American lawyer. He said everything. What's that mean? These people, and there's something that I read too, that our leader Mazi Tari Nemi, when he got to Israel, went to court in Israel and saw an affidavit explaining to the court, Bintayaku's court, why I ran away. I ran away for my life. They never spoke about it. You see, Nnamdi Kanu is smarter than all of you. He went there, he ran for his life and still had time, probably with injuries, to go to court and swear an affidavit and sent it to you in court. I'm willing to come back and stand trial. If you can protect, if you can provide security for me. Of course she couldn't, because she has no control. Who will provide the control? These people that he's working for. So she has no right. She didn't even read it. And now she's telling us that he jumped bail. God, kill all of them. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. We are opening up the line for you to make your calls if you have anything to say. The lines are open. 6469204541. 845-344-7984. 929-406-9953. Please call us if you have anything to say. Right.
Freedom. Na udoka inario. Anya toni himo for baramenu. Aye bonde Biafra bonde judo na aga. Obi makiro makeju na jaga no. Oga de kwara ina ma. Omo Biafra tekene. Biafra na sako. Ibo wen madu no. Ibo wen madu na sako. Omo Biafra de. Biafra na sako. No. Chief Nnamdi Kanu odogwu ga-adịrị mma onye eze na ọdụworo gị mma ọkwa ndị solo gili n'ụwa akọrọ gị ogili lacha ọkwa osisi bolo tolo emesegolo makwere ọkwa anyị ma n'ọnọdụ ugo ọdụrụ na-egbe mma ọkwa okoko onye arụ a na-achụ anya ọsọ otu ekwesị eliko nni ọ ga-ejikwe n'ogologo ngaji dike Kanu gị bụ na London dike Kanu gị bụ na Israel dike Kanu gị bụ na Russia dike Kanu gị bụ na India dike Kanu gị bụ na Biafra Nnamdi Kanu dike Kanu gị bụ na Biafra nsogbu.
All right, I have a call coming in. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, Mazi I. Peters. How are you?
Welcome to the program. Good morning from here.
Yes, sir. My name is Marian Hader, and I'm calling from Maryland in the United States.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you for... Yes, sir. Thank you for your good work. Listening to what you just doing. Your presentation today, marvelous, excellent. I heard the interview with Bruce Fain, encouraging. Hopefully, he continues to put the pressure on the international community to make a move. But what I want to talk about is the comment of Soludo. Okay, like you said, I will agree with you that the things he said, if only he can implement them. Again, what are the motives behind them? You know. But the one that is really I want to touch is, I think, item number 4, when he talked about camps. What is he trying to say there? He talked about every camp, because why I'm asking that, I know that our gallant men and women are in the bushes.
Yes.
They are not terrorists. They are not killers. They are not kidnappers. They are there to protect our bushes, our farms, precisely, so that our parents, our relatives can go to farm to find something to eat. Everybody knows there's extreme poverty. Nigeria can be listed as a country that is facing serious famine.
Yes.
There is no food to eat. So that particular one, when I listen to it, I have this little heartburn to it.
Yes.
I'm trying to understand what is he, when he made that statement, is he including our men and women that are in the bushes trying to protect our farms? Or is he going to narrow it down, fine tune it to these criminals? Because again, the test of the pudding is pudding.
Yes.
And the devil is always in the details when somebody makes a statement, you know. So they sound good and all that. Again, I'm one of those people that have continued to say, I know, not that I know him, but haven't listened to him. He's very pragmatic. He's an intelligent man naturally, and he acquires some education, a lot of education, not some. So I give him, that's why I give him that room. I know that in every 12 there must be a Judas. I was the same person that believe that in every 12 Judas there has to be one saint. So that's how I'm looking at him. I am praying for Soludo seriously. The word of God, you know, I quote the word of God. I'm not into religion, but the word of God says, the prayers, the fervent prayers of the righteous availeth much.
Yes.
I am fervently, seriously praying for him to succeed. But I'm going to advise him to be careful, do his homework very well. I'm not saying he's not doing it, but to pay attention to his advisors, to make sure that he's getting the full right information before he implements things.
Yes.
Because again, this might be a window or opportunity again to bring the crazy security Nigerian outfit. They are the ones that infiltrate this. They are the ones that create this chaos, and because they want to nail something on IPOB. Right. So Soludo, my governor, Soludo, Your Excellency, I'm pleased. I would like to know this item number 4. How will it affect our honest, gallant men and women that are in the bushes. Please, those people are not terrorists. I don't want anything to happen to them, because that is where somebody like me will be upset with you. So navigate this terrain very well and deliver the right thing to do, and we will all hail you, because anybody that does the right thing, that is one of the mantra of IPOB.
Yes.
We support you.
That's right.
You don't have to be a member of IPOB.
No.
You don't have to rule for us, but do the right thing for our land to stand and heal. Biafra land belongs to all of us. We want to succeed. Whether you guys they support us in our exit or not, we know it's something that come to be. Yes. And again, I'm using this opportunity to compliment him and commend him for visiting our able leader. Well, somebody like me will want more of that visitation, possibly. And please, as he does that, to advocate, continue to advocate publicly, as he has started to do, about the release of this innocent young man called Hamadike, one of Biafra land. Thank you, Mazi, for giving me the opportunity. God bless.
Thank you so much, my sister. Devo, thank you so much. I think anyway, let's keep going. Let me listen to another person. Caller on WhatsApp. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Good morning from here. Caller, good morning.
My name is Mr. Chukuma. I'm calling from Oka.
Welcome to the program.
Hi, Peter.
Devo.
Hello.
Yes, go ahead. Your line is open. You tell us. We're listening to you, sir. Hello. Hello.
So
you are breaking. You have to call us back. I can't. If you know, and when you got all right, you have to call us back, sir. If you're listening, the line is not very clear, so call us back. Caller on straight line. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, so
good morning. Welcome to the program.
Yes, so my name is Kanu. I'm calling from the Lion Zone.
Okay.
Our children, they celebrate. You see that even the food competition in our land, they're not using common bite to the children. Yeah? The children, they celebrate poverty. They celebrate poverty. You see, when you see our children, when they say that they celebrate, oh, God's life, it will pity them. You pity them. Yeah? What are they celebrate? Poverty and hunger. Children, they poverty. Yeah? With hunger. You don't even care about the children. Yeah? And you're talking about the children. God punish you. God punish you. Yeah? See our children. If you see them in the street, now that's like we didn't pity them. If you see even the uniform they wear, very dirty. And they say they celebrate children in Nigeria. Even the so-called the politicians, they even to welcome them, to honor the children, their own children, to honor them. Nothing. But when election reach, we count almost billion. We want to contest. Yes, also the same criminals, the same them, they are coming again. Come and rule your picking. God punish you.
Thank you.
Come and rule us again.
There we
We are not happy here. Thank you very much, sir. Shalom, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you so much. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. We're talking this morning about what the governor, the new governor of Anambra State, what he said, the sentence, the statement. Our sister just elaborated very well. That's the way I felt about the whole thing. In fact, that number 4 that you spoke about the bushes and the criminals in the bush and all the rest of them, well, they will all fail. If he has any ulterior motive, he will fail. Definitely fail. There is no doubt about it. Yeah, we are doing what we are doing is divine. It's divinely ordained, and no human being, nobody born of a woman that can stop it. If he has good intentions, he will succeed. But if it's anything about him is motivated by plans that he has, forget it. He's not going to succeed. He's going to fail along the way. There's no doubt about it. This is Radio Biafra. The lines are still open. The man that was calling me from Oka, maybe the line wasn't favorable to you, but you can still try the other lines. I don't know what happened. You were calling on WhatsApp line. Unfortunately, If there is any discrepancy on the WhatsApp, it has to do with you over there, not over here, because we have a steady flow of WhatsApp here that is Wi-Fi here that is very, very effective. So, like I was saying before, we all know that these people are very sneaky. And when they say things, we never take them for what they say. We can't take them seriously until they implement. Caller on straight line. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, Mazi Tari. My name is Mazi Tari. I'm calling from Illinois.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you so much. God bless you. Mazi Peters, I've been listening this morning to this show. I'm very impressed. To be honest with you, you have made my day today. I heard what you said when you talked about the interview. It was very heartwarming and impressive. I loved it.
Yes.
I pray that God will continue to, keep us safe and keep helping, blessing him and cover him so that nothing will happen to him.
Yes.
With that being said, I listened to the interview or whatever Soludo was talking about. I love what the last caller, the ladies talked about him. What is he talking about? Men in the bushes. The only thing, I'm from Abia State, but I'm going to tell a number of people this. Do not trust Soludo. It's just a statement that he made. You got to be very careful. You got to be very careful. It took only years, to bring us this far. These people are very crafty. They can devise anything in order to destroy us. He just made a statement. Let's just watch him. That's all I want to say. I don't want to take too much time. And lastly, I am the deputy coordinator of ALEMA, and our fundraising is coming up on the 29th of Sunday. Please, we want every good Biafran, every strong Biafran, lovers of freedom, and people who fear the Lord to come and assist us that want it to be a huge success. Thank you, and God bless you. May you continue be doing what you're doing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. All right, this is Radio Biafra USA 2. We're still taking calls here at 646-920-4541, 845-344-7984, 929-406-9953. Like I said before, if the man has good motives, he will succeed. But if he's a ulterior motive, he's going to fail like the rest of them. He will just fall on the wayside like everybody else. Because for us, Biafra is what we are talking about. We are not interested in anything that anybody is saying today, except somebody who will go out there, organize a referendum for us, and let us, first of all, decide. Let Nigerians decide. Somebody said something about the Rivers people not wanting to become Biafrans. We're not begging anybody to become a Biafran. You just, individually, a lawyer can come in and say whatever he wants to say, or whoever thinks he's representing. It's just his pocket that he's representing, because they're giving him money and he has to speak for his master. When the time comes, people will come out and vote. Do you want to remain here? Yes. You remain there. Nobody's going to force anybody anything. But what we are not going to do in Biafra land is to allow one single person to come, and that's what has kept us in this perpetual bondage for all these years. We always put our faith in somebody's hand, and he decides for us. But this time we're saying no, it's not going to happen. Anybody, one man, one vote. You come in, you vote. If you want to remain in Nigeria as perpetually as a slave, that's your problem. If you're enjoying Nigeria, stay there. But for those of us who are not enjoying it, we are going our separate way, and that is way to Biafra. Caller on straight line. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Caller on straight line, are you there? All right, I don't know what's wrong with your line. You gotta call us back. The line is not connecting. So like I was saying before, nobody is forcing anybody to join what we are doing. When the referendum time comes, it's one man, one vote. Me, now only one vote I will get, not be two. And you two will get only one, not be two. Caller on WhatsApp, tell us your name and where you're calling from. Good morning from here.
Good morning, Mazi Peters.
Good morning, welcome to the program.
My name is Chukwumano. I'm speaking from my location. I I greet my leader and our leader, Mazi Kanu, who set up this radio platform to educate our people for what is coming. Yes, I heard the clip you played this morning, the interview of Bruce Fem. And I also heard the clip of Soludo as a governor of Anambra State. I want to use this time to talk to Soludo. Each time I mention about our people to go to the history to read the handwriting on the wall. If up to today our people have not understand the plan of Fulanis in Nigeria, is a pity for such person. British have using their BBC to deceive the whole world about Nigeria and Biafra in particular. Now we have this radio. My prayer is how this radio will be reaching everybody in Biafra land, so that people will understand what is going on. Now, I try to understand the importance of information. That information is even better, more important than even food to eat, if you know the meaning of information. You cannot do without information. That is why this radio is very, very important for people to hear it. The worst thing that happened to Nigeria is information, wrong information. If you go to Aba, they have more than 15 radio houses, FM deceiving people. You go to Owerri, the same. You go to Umuahia, the same. You go to Anambra, the same. Everywhere. People, Soludo, if you want to know, I don't regard any Igbo man as anything who support Nigeria, who is working for Nigeria. No matter how many professorship you have, you are nothing. The only professor we have in Igbo land is Nnamdi Kanu and the Ipob. No other person. All other ones who are working for Nigeria are slaves upon all the education they claim they are. It's not how grammar you speak make you a human being. Because Nigeria as a country is made of criminality. All these people who claim they are professor in TV, in channel TV, in the radio houses, all these people, what they know is criminality, stealing and looting. They don't support truth. Everything they are saying is deceiving the whole people, collecting money from their slave masters to deceive their people. And I don't know where they are going with this money. A country without truth and honest is hell already here on earth. Nigeria number one. Everything in Nigeria is fake. Up to today, they don't want to change. They want to continue going in a wrong way to deceive their people. Soludo, think very well. Our people have suffered from the Fulanis and British for years. Zikiwe have died and gone. Awolowo have died and gone. Ahmad Bello has died and gone. The worst is on the way coming. The best of you people now is to defend your people, because the hell is on the way coming. All of you, when the Fulani use you to kill your people, they will finally kill you. You can see what will happen to Korocha. That is what is going to happen to all of you, one after the other. All of you are supposed to come together and form a force to speak with one voice, or else it will reach all of you one after the other.
Thank you.
Because all of you are fools.
Yeah.
Who don't know you are left and right. Only corruption is the name of Nigeria. The second name of Nigeria is corruption. Evil people. If you go to religion, that's the worst. Every corner. Nigeria is hell already. Nigeria has left Sodom. They are heading to Abyss. Thank you, Mazi Peters.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Oh, hey, Biafra.
Oh, hey, Biafra. All right, this is Radio Biafra USA 2. We're still taking calls. 646-920-4541. 845-344-7984. Still this morning, still talking about the Soludo broadcast. Well, it sounds good, but it sounds too good to be true. Like my sister just said, that's the area that I'm not comfortable with. Going to our bushes to people. The criminals are no more in the bush, Soludo. They are all outside because the ESN has pursued them out of the bush. And if this is a plan for you to go out there and make sure that they get away from the bush so that the soldiers will come in and take our home, we are aware of that too. We're waiting. We'll keep our fingers crossed. We know. No matter what you people do, you're wasting your time. Biafra is here for us. Stay there and do whatever you think you can do to grab as much as you can, because like my sister just said, you're a very intelligent man. I know. I believe that. I agree with that. I don't have no problem with that. But when you want to go to the bushes, start thinking that the criminals are living in our bushes. They are not living there. The ESN have flushed them out of our bushes, and that's what they came for. And that's what they are doing. So if you want to bring in soldiers and police to go to the bush to fight our ESN, so be it. Try. The only thing I promise you is that when you think of things like that, you are building failure to your government. I'm telling you the truth, because if you fight us, we're very, very, we can get what we want the way we want.
Hello.
Yes, caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Good morning from here.
Good morning from here, Mazi Tari Nemi. Bless you for the good work you are doing for us. According to your analysis this morning, what I want to chip in is concerning what our mother, exactly here that our mother pointed.
Yes.
On Charles Soludo, on his communique to the Anambra and the Biafrans at large. That's communique number 4. That particular number 4. Immediately after I read that communique, that was where I begin to analyze it. Was this man talking about our ESN, or is he talking about the criminals who are perpetuating the crimes in our land? So let it be that Charles Soludo is talking about the criminals, the kidnappers, the traitors, and all these people that is in our land and our roads, committing crimes and kidnapping our people and collecting ransoms. Let it be that these people are the ones he's talking about. Because all of us know that our ESN are in the bushes. It is only in the bush that our ESN are. We are not, our ESN is not on the road. They are on the bushes, on our bushes. They are on our bushes protecting our mother from going to our farms. They are on our bushes protecting our fathers, protecting the crops that we have in our farms. So I don't know where Soludo is talking about, but let it be. He is talking about the criminals, the kidnappers, who are, kidnapping and committing crimes. If that is what he's talking about, it's very good. IPOB and the Biafrans will even support him to fish these people out so that our land will be sanitized.
Yes.
Then, lastly, he pointed that the negotiation of Mazi Tari Nemi must start now and it must be made openly. He made it clear there. And Soludo, we are still waiting for you. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with one step.
Yep.
At least, when you come out now as a governor, you know you have the zeal, you know you have the guts, you know you have the power, and you know you are very learned. You know what Nigerian politics is all about, and you know what Igbo needs. He will through some of Igbo. And when you come out and make the step, I know IPOB, we will support you. What we need is, are you coming for real? Because when you come for real, we know you come for real. And when you come to, so if you are talking, if you know you are a man, Soludo, your communication is okay. Everything you say there, try to implement them accordingly how you say. You said that IPOB will continue their lawful activities. That was your word there. You made it openly. IPOB will continue their lawful activities. Of course, you know that IPOB is a lawful organization and a peaceful organization, though. So, Soludo, we are watching. We are watching. Of course, also you could not get.
Yes.
So we are watching. Mazi, thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Thank you very much.
God bless Biafra.
There, well, thank you so much. Like I've said earlier, everything he said, I love it. Yes. But almost go anything the ulteriority behind it, I'll find out. Because now, I'm going to get you Zoe completely. We are watching. We are very, very close watching. The only thing that he said there that trust me, I said to myself, well, if this man can implement this, it all means that people will now realize that what we are saying all the while is the truth. Because the idea of creating this insecurity back in Biafra land is just to tag IPOB. They're trying to make the world look at IPOB with a different eye, that IPOB is a terrorist organization. The world knows the truth. We are not fooling. Who do you think you're fooling anybody? They know, they are all watching. They know the truth. There is nothing that we have done. What our lawyer Bruce Payne said something about how you classify somebody terrorist. President can just not get up and say you are terrorist, and then the court will just sanction it, and then you become a terrorist. Mbano. Process. Okay, the United Nations asked him, I'm learning this for the first time, wrote him a letter and said, listen, these people are not terrorists. So give us one proof. Nothing. Nobody responded because they have nothing. They just dance around with the local newspapers, people who are educated, who are supposed to call themselves journalists. They are supposed to be ones writing the newspaper. Even somebody like Abati, or what do they call him, in channels. ITUB is terrorist organization. Look at him, as educated as he is. He doesn't know that the court just said something. That doesn't mean make it right. So as soon as they tell you your grandmother is a witch, then you start singing it on channel television. This grandmama is a witch because somebody have told you that. Tomorrow you tell me you went to school, you are educated. You have paper, all these people are they just go, the university went through them. I mean, they went to university, but they never went through them. There's a process for everything. The president will get out, IPOB is terrorist organization, then the court says, bam, then all the newspapers. It's so funny. Because the journalists, the people that are writing newspapers are supposed to be educated people. Illiterate people like us, not the right journalists now. We don't go there, that's not our area. But you with all your education, because they just call them terrorist organization, you just start singing it. You start exposing it as facts. They went to court, they want to get injunction against IPOB, they dropped that paper there, and the court just declared, oh, IPOB is not a terrorist organization. For how long? Take a look at all of you, journalists. You should be ashamed of yourselves. Because you are the ones who don't ask questions. You are in a position where you're supposed to ask, this court that you went to, how far? What has happened? I'm going to stop calling these people terrorists, because if you don't go to court in XYZ, I'm going to, for us, they are not terrorists. If we are pencil, if just say it, and you just sit down there and then be echoing whatever somebody said, and they give you a small brown envelope and that's it. You sell your dignity. They have explained to us. The president will just get up and say, prescribe IPOB, they have terrorist organization. The United Nations, the people I went to school, like you journalists, they ask them, okay, these people, you say they are terrorists. We are looking for evidence. We are giving you time. They never even responded because they had nothing to offer. Look at them. Look at the way they are falling around. Now, people that had no leg. They fall from here today. They fall from there tomorrow. And you are there as a journalist. You're not asking questions. Look at this. The case was supposed to be yesterday. Then all of a sudden, no, they put it to 28. You know, there's just the evil ways. Away from Nnamdi Kanu, nothing will happen to him. He will survive. That man will finish his job. He has a mission, and that mission must be accomplished. He's almost 85% accomplished what he set out to do. Under the directive and the direction of Chukwu Kikabiyama. It's only God that is doing the whole thing. Do you think it's Nnamdi Kanu? No. Anybody that went to kill 28 people and he still came out alive. And then in Israel, they tortured him for 8 days. Nobody knew where he was. He's still alive. You think it's man-made? No. Nobody can do that. It's only Chukwu Kikabiyama that can give him that kind of, they call it 9 lives. You know. He's going to survive no matter what they do, no matter how much they try to push around. It's not going to work for them. Let me see. I have a call. Caller on straight line. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're
Good morning, Doctor. Good morning, Dr.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah, thank you so much for your program this morning. And at the same time, let me thank Mariam Heda for her wonderful analysis.
Yes.
And you concord with her that that's exactly how you see it. That's how every reasonable person should see it. I want to say one thing here. Our people should know how to work with somebody that has a good prospect in what you're looking for. You know, and make him not to feel like the people he's working for are not appreciating what he's doing or are not diplomatic enough to know how things work out in life. Soludo, no matter how you look at it, he has done certain things that are bold. It can be described as being bold, visiting our leader, in solidarity with him, hugged him. That alone, and you can see the cheers in the face of our leader, Mazi Tari Nemi. That is what our leader needs at this particular time, especially from those that are occupying the upper echelon of the affairs of Igbo people. To come on the radio and be castigating him without, being diplomatic in what you're doing. People have to take up jobs in Nigeria. As long as Nigeria exists, people have to take up jobs. Anambra will have a governor that will govern them. Okay? People have to be paid for doing that, and they have to run their family. With the money they are paid, they use it to do what? To run their family. So there is nothing wrong, because I had Ima saying that you can never trust anybody that is working for Nigeria. As long as that country is still existing, we have a share in that country, and we're not going to abandon our jobs for a fulani man or Yoruba man to come and do our jobs for us, or our place to be declared emergency area. So there is something wrong with somebody working. What we are concerned with is how that person is doing his job and protecting the welfare of the people he's representing.
Yes.
Now, one thing is is happening that a lot of people are not paying particular attention, and it's divine providence. If you see what is happening with these politicians right now, with Okorocha and Ubiano, you think other politicians are stupid? They know similar things are coming to them.
Of course.
I'm urging Soludo not to fall into the trap of mismanaging the funds that are made that are giving him to run the affairs of our region, because that's how they get. That's the trap right there. Once they know that you misappropriated money, they send EFCC against you, and then you have no other choice than to do what they want you to do. At least what he did is different from what the man in Imo State did, which is running to Abuja to go grab military people and bragging about it to start killing his own people. Did you see him talk about going to bring the military to flood the whole area? He's using diplomacy, and the decisions he has taken will reveal now who the criminals are.
Yeah.
What is left for us to do as a people and as a movement is for our leadership now to mount on the radio, appreciate what he said and said, but EXN and IPOB are no threat to our own people.
That's right.
The ESN is in the bushes. This is what they are doing. They have kept the peace in the bushes. Our people are not going to farm. Do not in any way attack our people or classify them as the criminals that are causing this mayhem. As long as you draw the line, because since the eastern region failed to produce a strong vigilante group that would checkmate with guys in the bush who were killing people, beheading people, and abusing our women, raping them, in as much as you people are not providing that safety. ESN has decided to do that, and let no authority go in any way to jeopardize what we're doing. If you do that, then we got a problem with you.
Yes.
Very simple. You say you come there, make your point. But coming to the radio to be accusing of doing this and doing that, and I'm one of those that were shouting when the governor of Imo State was taken away and brought this guy to replace him that came forth. I was one that said, Imo people, take on to the streets. If you let this man stand, you will regret it. But nobody paid attention. Imo people were there. Some people, and they were not even that they accepted him. His own people from his village or whatever constituency were the ones supporting him. And you see, after 1 year, how many members of the house were sending him congratulatory messages. And we're not talking about that. So what I'm saying is this: Soludo is not, for now, let's give him the benefit of doubt, just like everybody, Madam Heda has said, and you yourself have said it in your opening statement. Yesterday I saw that, I applauded it, because that is the smart thing to do. That is how people go about solving problems. You go to the root cause of the problem and deal with it. And that is what he's doing. He put on coffee already. I think it's going to take place starting from today.
Yeah.
6 p.m. to 6 a.m. coffee. He doesn't want anything else. So that we can be able to fish out who is doing this.
Yep.
It's as simple as ABC. It does not hurt anybody for such a thing to happen. If Imo governor had done what this man is doing or is trying to do now, do you think we'll have a problem?
No.
No. He came with a heavy hand. He went to Abuja because he was doing the bidding of his people. He came there to kill his own people. That's exactly what he did. Thank you, Dr. Peter.
Thank you so much.
God bless you for a wonderful program.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. All right, this is Radio Biafra USA 2. We're almost out of time, so we have to make room for Mazi Alozie, who's coming in next. What I want you to understand is that we are watching. We have the eyes of the hawk. You know, the hawk, the way the hawk flies, it flies up there, but it's seeing the chicken that is going to pick up. We're watching everything that's going on. We know that. We hope the governor will do well and live by his word. We have to support him. From here, good morning again, one more time with you. I'll be with you again tomorrow, same time. Stay tuned, don't go away. Because Mazi Alozie is next. Don't forget that Biafra is our religion, and on Radio Biafra, that's where we worship every single day. From me to you, it's goodbye. We'll meet again tomorrow, same time.
The last hope we have is in Biafran restoration.
We'll meet again tomorrow, same time.
The last hope we have is in Biafran restoration.
Once again,